We're going hardcore. We did professional in Resident Evil 2. We're not fucking around. Whoa! Shit! Oh my god.
This pandemic has spread faster.
This is like a real people.
In modern history.
Angry mobs roam the city, burning buildings. Authorities are bracing.
Didn't feel like putting all this through the engine, huh?
He was knocked unconscious. He had some
citywide emergency has been declared.
The CDC has quarantined the lower Midwestern region of the U.S.
This feels kind of pertinent.
Commitment, honesty, integrity, these are the core values that create the foundation
This motherfucker.
for Umbrella. It's this foundation that will continue to build a brighter future for all of us.
Wait, this is kind of dope, though. This is kind of sick. Damn. Damn, I'm in it now. Damn. Nemesis bioweapon. Oh, shit. I also have a problem with Vaush's takes on puberty blockers. I feel like my takes on puberty blockers are pretty inarguable, but whatever, King. Realistic gaming. Oh, I got control now. Okay. We're gonna turn the volume down slightly. You're not wearing the skirt? Unfortunately, you only get that costume if you pre-ordered the game. Is this a mouse and keyboard game or a gamepad game? This feels like a mouse and keyboard game. Let me make sure that I have this. Is this the right Windows setting? If I do this, it blacks out for you guys, but then I click again, blacks back in like 2 seconds. Okay, perfect. All right. Okay, the controls here are very strange. Cut the volume. Okay, just cut the volume a little bit on my end. Just a little bit. We're just trying to maximize comfort. Okay, here we go. All right, here we go. Hey, book girl. What is this? Ha! What is this? Five Nights at Freddy's? They've got the fan and everything. All right. Okay. Yep. Yep. Patrick Miller, $2. Do you like Camus or Sartre better? I think I prefer Camus, if for no other reason than because Camus was calling out that tanky bullshit from day one. Boobies. Times have changed, folks. You know, back in the 1970s, this was considered a ripe handful. Not anymore. These days, like, you need some fucking triple Fs to come even close. Pretty game. Ooh. We read the text? No, we can't. Shame. Absolutely, Block Caligula. Hey, did you all hear that Boris Johnson has been admitted into the ICU? Oh no. The left tech out the 2 bounds. You hear Boris Johnson is in intensive care. Really? I hadn't heard that. Thanks for keeping me in the know. Fucking prophetic. How does he do it? Oh. Damn, they really sunk the budget into the fucking graphics in here. Jesus Christ. Does this look as good for you guys as it does for me? Oh my god, look, she just sighed. Reflections are hard to do in games. Yeah, turn that off. Wasting water. It's a drought in Northern California. Oh? Mmm. Dojin tags. Solo femme. Corruption. Body horror guru. Hit me up. Give me that. Give me them 23-page comics. Whoop. You're doing good. Hey, you're still standing. Doing good. Nope. Nope. Oh. Oh. Gonna take a decisive action. Yeah. And here we are.
Fucking hell.
Bloody Christ.
Gets worse every night.
Oh, that's like a consistent thing? Alright.
3 more days, then I can kiss this town goodbye.
Dog! Dog! Can I, like, zoom in? There's a guy, and there's a dog! Oh, that feels better. Oh. Maybe a little lower. We're almost there, folks. Okay, we're gonna take it down maybe to here. Yeah, there we go. Do you think I could have a debate with Lucid Fox and Bernie Bus without burning that bridge? All right, guys, I've got a hot secret for you, okay? One of the main reasons why I'm not having a conversation on Bernie or Bust with people in chat right now is because I'm pretty sure I'm going to end up talking about that with TJ Kirk soon. There was a red button over here. Okay. Jill's report. September 26th, 1998. It's already been 2 months since that mess with Umbrella. Thanks to the suspension, investigations haven't progressed exactly as I'd hoped. Perhaps this written record of what I found will prove to be my final duty as a STARS officer. I can only hope that it helps lead to the truth. The T-virus. Those infected by this virus seem to become literal zombies. It appears to be communicable via several different avenues, outlined below. Bite from an infected individual, allowing the mixing of bodily contact with crows, which have eaten infected carrion. Due to the strength of the virus, airborne infection cannot be discounted. It should be noted that those who survived the incident have not yet developed symptoms. It's unclear whether this is because the virus has a long incubation period or because we just happen to be resistant to the infection. We ought to remain vigilant, even after this investigation period ends. As for me, aside from my minor difficulty sleeping, I seem to be in fine shape. Still, I shouldn't get too hopeful. After all, this could just be an extended incubation. There we go. Now that's what I like to call 10 years of Dungeons & Dragons DMing experience. That's what I'm talking about right there. Also, who the fuck makes their... who hooks their fucking bedroom up like this? They have the cork... We've got the conspiracy corkboard, true, okay. And then we have these lamps, and they're hooked up to this switch with a fucking, like, warehouse security door, green light, red light. Become a hentai voice actress? I'm just talking, listen, that's just how women talk. What do you want, okay? I'm just trying to make it realistic. We're not doing it twice. Yep, okay, yep, backstory. Yep, yep, yep. That's it, that's all we're reading here? Okay. Ooh, what's this? Unsealed envelope. Be moving out at night. Cool. Alright, I want to get out of here. That's cool. What are your thoughts on education policy? I don't know. That's really broad. I think education is like a human right, and we need to prioritize it more heavily. This bitch gonna die. Was that raccoon milk, beer, pastries, bakery bread, kijimasu, soup, and those two soda bottles look like they have ketchup and mustard in them, respectively. Also, yeah, bread in the fridge. Hello, flag. Hey, the shit's on. Hey. There's a drought going on in Southern California. Can we cut this shit out? God damn, graphics look good these days. Not dead yet. Oh, we're done being me? We're done being me? Now we're just us? Alright.
Who could that be?
Alright, the phone's gonna ring forever because this is a video game. So okay, all the creepo comments, let's get them out now. Everyone cooming? Are we cooming yet? What can we get out of this?
Alright, I'm coming.
This is your field of view as she steps on you. Cute. Yeah, okay, there we go. That's the one, we're getting the one coomer wave in.
Just a sec.
Well, now the mouse sensitivity feels too fucking high because I'm in a different fucking perspective. God damn it, game. Obviously, over-the-person fucking cameras are going to need lower sensitivity.
Hello?
Mushy mushy.
Are you okay?
Brad, is that you?
Brad?
Listen, you gotta get out of there.
What are you talking
Chad?
about?
I don't have time to
Fucking
explain.
Chad.
Get out of there.
Oh, he's with the fucking Chad.
My-
Okay. Wow. We're really just kicking this off. Wow. Man, wow, we really did. Oh, wow. No, that's Chad. No, this is your booty call. That's Chad. This is Chad. You have to communicate with your words. Did you agree to this beforehand over text?
What the hell is that
Wait,
thing?
is that door made of metal? He punched through a wall. How did that door not explode? He kicked through a whole wall. How did that door not explode? Okay. That's not gonna... Sweetie. That's...
Gotta get out of here.
Is this door just open? Alright.
No way.
In we go. Let's go. Oh. Alright. Whoa! Okay! Man, we are really just... Yeah! Oh. Well, now I see why she called it. No. Oh. No! Oh, there we go. Maybe we need another Coomer moment. No! Man, can we just let this bitch walk for 2 seconds without getting fucking blown up? Holy shit. How are you alive? How are you alive? Oh my god, this is some anime shit. How the fuck is she alive? No, just tank the hit. It clearly doesn't do anything to you. This is not an effective way of murdering someone. Ow, ow, ow. I'm pretty sure he can just kick that through. He just kicked a wall down. I don't think that... I could get through those rocks if you just gave me like 2 minutes. I feel like he could do it faster. Alright.
Jill, over here.
Oh.
Brad.
Hey there, Brad. It's not Chad, but...
Damn if I know. But right now it's got a hard-on for the only 2 stars left in town. You and me.
Okay.
I'm not sticking around. Just look around you. The longer we wait, the more screwed we are.
Okay.
This all happened so fast.
Yeah.
One fucked up thing always leads to another. It's like Arklay on steroids.
Yeah, cool. Haha. That humor is why I keep coming back to you while the...
Down here!
Oh, yep, okay. Alright. Running we are, yep.
How could this many people be infected?
Did this seriously just happen in like 2 seconds?
Here they come!
Oh, I thought he was about to turn around as a zombie. Like, why the fuck not? The whole city just turned. Yeah, he won't even help you walk, dude. What the fuck? Well, thanks, Brad. Oh, yeah, thanks. Just wave at me to come over there. No, don't worry. No, it's okay. I'm not mad. I didn't just get fucking decked in my own home by an 8,000-pound superhuman.
Door behind you, go!
That's why I like Chad better. Well. Nah, you're fucked, bro.
Don't think about it.
Yeah, don't think about it.
We're gonna make a run for it.
Come on, Jill. We know how this ends.
No, I don't.
Are we still a team?
I do.
Then do me a favor. Don't fuck up like I did. Go!
This guy's always shoving them around. Jesus. I got like a gun or something? Oh, yeah. Hey, I was right.
Sorry.
Oh, shooting tutorial? How did you get through that way? Okay, how do I shoot? Draw fire? Not like that. Yep, nope, that's not it. That wasn't it, guys. That wasn't what we were looking for. Just do me in. Just it'll just respawn me at the beginning. Just do me in. Just get ah yeah. Oh no, we need 3? Third one. You too? Nah, come on. Come on. Yeah, give it to me. Ah yeah. Oh no, I'm invulnerable at this point, aren't I? Wait, am I actually invulnerable at this point? Never mind. I answered my own question. All right, this time for real. Up, up, up.
Sorry.
How come you can get bit multiple times, but Brad gives up after 1? Do you have any... Did you see me get knocked around by that big boy? I am clearly playing as some kind of superhero. Can you crawl under it? Yeah, okay. Okay, I was gonna get mad if this is an impassable obstacle. Man. I'm tired of being told what to do by men. All right. You're not a... He's...
Are you alright?
Oh, that is a human. What's about to happen to you? You're so fucked, dude.
Hold on. There's a helicopter waiting to take you to safety.
There is a 0% chance you make it out of the next 60 seconds. Oh, are you just...
Parking garage isn't far. I can
The only safe place is in here.
What's up with your hands? All right. Never mind. Maybe that guy's the smart one. Maybe he's gonna make it through all this. Oh, hey. This is the same handgun ammo model they used in the Resident Evil 2 remake. I'm onto your shit. I'm onto your shit, game. Hey, 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 whoa, 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 that's a dog. In. In, go. Nope, keep going. Yep, go. Toll free. Heh, get it? Nope. Good thing that one sucked.
Shit.
Do I have to? It didn't take. Please. Yep. Wrong floor.
Come on.
You can dodge now? What the fuck does dodge mean? There's a dodge mechanic? Hey, I made it! Can't wait to see this helicopter get shot down like every rescue helicopter in every game. What dodge button? I can't even pause right now. Okay, here we go. Options. Controls. Key bindings. Aim. Dodge, charge. Oh, space. Okay. Are we sure this isn't a gamepad game? Well, yeah, Liberaven, I consider that to be a product of, like, capitalism, right? Of the profit motive. One of the reasons why we pour so much fucking money and effort into remakes, remasters, sequels, and prequels is because, studios aren't willing to take a risk, on something that they don't know will get a good return. Okay. Yep, yeah. Yep. How do you have any vertebra left? Oh, did he just, like, punch the helicopter?
Sorry.
He just punched the helicopter. Sure, yeah, space. You don't need my permission. Yeah, you don't need my permission. Yeah, 3 times.
Bitch.
I don't think this is going to... Yeah, I could have... Babe, he kicked down a wall. I don't think... Oh. How are you alive? How... I'm surprised the quartering isn't doing a video on how the fact that she's literally unkillable makes her a Mary Sue or something. Like she'd be like Ray, you know? Women are strong, Vaush. You're right, Vizar Dog. My bad. For my misogyny. Women are strong. How are you alive?
Hey! Fuckface!
Did he just grab a missile out of the air?
Hey, easy, lady. I got you.
Who are you? What are you doing?
Name's Carlos, and I'm saving you.
Carlos.
Come on.
My man.
Get you someplace safe.
The real Chad. That monster is definitely still alive. They're not trying to sell me on the idea he's dead, right?
Hope so.
We've been bringing survivors here.
Here where?
My guys have converted some...
All right, one more
cars
coom
into
wave
shelter.
for this guy's fucking arms and jawline. Jesus
Safe.
Christ.
I'm fine.
Who does he look like?
Personal space. Okay, I get it.
Yeah, she literally's just been manhandled by, like...
Oh,
yeah,
come
okay.
on. Who's the dipshit that closed this?
Wait.
Sorry, we're gonna have to go around.
Wait, who does he look like? He looks like somebody.
Nothing. I've never seen anything like it. But it's
No, that hair is not regulation for a star officer.
Gets it. Don't you like that in a man?
No,
Wait, why the...
thanks. He's all yours.
Why are you asking me that? That's really weird.
Listen, I promise you're in good hands. I'm with the Umbrella Biohazard Countermeasure Service. UBCS for short.
Are you kidding me? Are you fucking
Wait, you're with
kidding me?
Umbrella?
You guys are the ones who caused all of
Can I
this.
shoot him?
Whoa, whoa, whoa. What are you talking about? Look, we're just here to help people. What's wrong with Umbrella?
What's wrong with Umbrella? Oh my god. Your company is responsible for infecting everyone.
Yeah. I don't know anything about all that. Look, you don't have to trust me, but I'm going to...
Feel like I should shoot him.
Come on. It's this way.
Okay, that's the dodge. See? She does like a shuffle. See, look at that. He doesn't know, Pepe laugh. He lacks critical information, Pepe laugh. Let's see, any information? Any ammunition? Any health? You played the original RE3? No, I did not, actually. Wow, wow. Who does he look like?
Hey, Captain. This fine young lady could use our help.
What's up?
Carlos, you didn't even think to ask fine young lady her name?
This is weird.
She is an elite operative of RPD, Special Tactics and Rescue Service. Her name is something Valentine.
It's Jill.
Nice to meet you, Jill.
Oh my god, you're right. It's fucking critical.
I am UBCS platoon leader Mikhail Victor.
It's critical with metal hair.
To rescue civilians.
Right. How's that going for you?
The city is completely cut off, isolated. Most of the 100,000 civilians will wind up dead. Correction, undead.
Thanks, nice catch, guy.
My platoon has suffered serious losses. Just keeping them alive is more than I can manage.
Well, you can thank your corporate overlords for that.
Yes. Well, we are...
Who's that thing in the next room? Are those people or zombies?
Get this subway train moving. We can evacuate some survivors.
Okay, they're people.
But we need help. My men cannot do this alone.
All right. I'm in,
Pepe always wins.
but I am on
Block
your side,
Caligula.
not yours.
Oh, hey. It's cool. We all want
Dude,
the
it's
same
fucking critical!
Thank you, Jill.
thing. All right, super cop. Here you go.
Where did you get a missile
Use this to
launcher?
Stay in contact.
I know what a radio is.
Yeah, it's like a mix of Keanu and Critical. This is literally a perfect physical blend between Keanu and Critical.
Supplies there.
All right.
All right. I hate his hair so much it looks like a helmet. Don't be hating on his wild hair.
Nothing that I will miss.
Good. Ah, yes. The Resident Evil healing spray. I'm gonna turn up the voice volume. Why not, right? Critical Reeves. Alright. Now I think the mouse sensitivity is too low. This is probably good. We got a map? Alright. Okay. Alright. Ooh, I gotta practice my dodge. Ooh. 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 Whoa. This is how all the cool kids are moving, you know? Whoa. Tabloid front page. The Cannibal Murders. Yep, I get it. Standard zombie movie fucking exposition. What are these, like, 1950s? These fucking reused assets from RE2. RE2 took place in a police station. These are fucking police station desks. You would never find these desks outside of some sort of office environment or in a subway. I'm onto your shit. I'm onto your shit, game.
Jill? It's me again. You topside yet?
Working on it.
I'm more of a bottom,
So
actually.
What's the plan?
The old tank's not clearing the tracks. You mind getting the subway infrastructure back online?
And how do I do that?
Let's start by restoring power. I'll navigate you to the substation once you hit the main road.
Copy that. Let's do this fast.
Alright, boys. On the hardest difficulty, is there any point in killing zombies to clear paths, or should I just try and run past them and shoot their legs, like with the last one? They're just giving me all this shit right away. Hello. Raleigh with the 5. Vaush, Kyle, Humanist, report Destiny on the live stream. You can all be allies even if you disagree. We need to combine forces. Hey, if you can convince them, buddy, okay? Zombies respawn in this game? Ugh. Okay. Hey, what is this? What is this? What? Oh, I see. There's a lock. I don't have a key. Okay. Sure. Okay. Combining items. Nice. Cool. Makes sense. Zombies respawn, but you get so much ammo. Okay, I'll try to use it a little bit more judiciously. It was pretty sparse back in RE2.
It almost looks like I could get this working if I plug in the right... whatever it is.
Is there infinite saving? Guys! Boys! It's a new age! We have infinite saves. What's your opinion of non-compete? I think non-compete sometimes kind of flirts with tanky shit in a way that doesn't make me comfortable. But I'm sure most of the advocacy that non-compete engages in is generally good. Xander Hall with $5. I just debated a Bernie or Buster on stream who said voting for Biden over Trump means you advocate for Biden's bad policies. I lost a lot of subs. Well, I'm glad you took that stand, comrade. There have been a lot of people saying a lot of stupid-ass shit, including people like fucking Sean. A lot of cringy-ass shit been going down with these fucking Bernie or Busters, okay? If you are a utilitarian and not some sort of weird fucking deontologist virgin nerd, if you're a utilitarian, the correct argument is voting for Biden. Now, I understand a lot of the Bernie or Bust people are arguing from a good place, and there are legitimate arguments for accelerationism sometimes. That does not mean they're always correct. Hello.
More survivors. We've got to get that train
Possibly,
moving.
Demon Mama. Yeah, that's true, Cyborg, but I know there are mitigating... Oh, now I can quick step, huh? Hey, I shot... Hey, I... Woo! Try it again. Don't try it again. I want to save ammo. See that? Could you explain deontology? Yeah. Deontologists think that an action is good or bad depending solely on that action, not of its consequences. Utilitarian or consequentialists believe it's the consequences of an action that determine its moral value. I just want something better than this lesser of two evils bullshit. Yeah, the problem is lesser of two evils is the correct choice because otherwise you're choosing the larger evil through an action. Oh shit. Oh shit. Woo! Woo! Oh, I love this. I love it. If Bernie ran as an independent, would I vote for him or Biden? Nope, I'd vote for Biden. Third-party systems don't work in a first-past-the-post voting system. No, I want to go in. Sorry, just testing it out. Okay. They're definitely gonna bust through the moment I cross some trigger point. You're still alive. Oh, this is the... Somebody said these boxes can be... Nice.
Carlos, I
Gosh,
reached the main
Xanderhal.
avenue. Which way do I go?
See a big transmission tower? That's the substation. You'll have to circle around through an alley to your right to get there.
You mean the alley that's on fire?
Maybe. Surely a tall drink of water like yourself can put out a few flames.
Why do they keep flirting with her? That's weird. Guys, I just want it to be known. I just want it, like, so everyone knows, okay? I get to make weird sexist comments about Jill because I'm playing a video game. In the context of the universe, if you're in a post-apocalyptic survival situation, you really shouldn't be being weird to the women. Can I, like, jimmy it open? No? Alright, I need, like, a crowbar or something. Like a wrench. Yeah, they're professional soldiers. I mean, what does being a professional soldier mean other than, indicating a willingness to rape people? Now, Terran, it's just... Third parties just don't... Yep, I knew it! Like, we need to do this for men, too. Like, Carlos is like, Jill, I'm at an impasse. I cannot make it through this alleyway. And she's like, oh, surely a big, fat, cocked man like yourself could barrel through a few obstacles, couldn't he? He's like, I'm gonna die. Could you please offer some assistance? He's like, oh, just like I'm dying for that fat nut you have pent. Like, nobody does this shit the other way around. I'm just saying. I feel like there's a green button right there. And no! I'm so fucking good! Honestly, do it! Wait, I can't. I couldn't press the button. It was just decoration. Not coming up? Cool. That's not flirting, Vaush, that's just sexual harassment? Well, yeah, but they're doing that to her. Now that this game is Dark Souls, I'm in my element. Have I missed items? The red means that, yeah, there's still stuff in that area. Hey! I'm on to you. I'm debating the person from chat earlier and you have to talk to them, like, wait, why do I have to talk to them? Wait. Maybe you can dismantle my argument without the need for the debate. I don't believe it's possible to have a revolution if Biden gets elected. If Trump is, we can make an argument for a revolt, but with Biden, people will just go back to sleep. I disagree with this for a number of reasons. I do not think that a Biden... Okay. I don't think people will learn their lesson from a Trump presidency. Some people are like, well, actually, we need to vote for the fascist rather than the neolib because the fascist will incite revolutionary action. But I don't think that is true. I think that there are larger material circumstances which have led to a resurgence in populism outside of just Trump. And I don't think that, like, voting for Biden is going to meaningfully supplant that. Also, like, we'd be betting the lives of, like, a lot of people on that idea, which I'm, in a way that I'm not really comfortable with doing. I don't think the DNC is going to, like, learn a lesson. Would you applaud someone if they assassinated Biden? Are you trying to get me banned? No. What the fuck? Now, if Boris Johnson dies of COVID-19... Hey, what's up? What's up? Drugstore Owner's Journal. The new hair tonic from Umbrella is just flying off the shelves. Okay. Nobody knows the code, not even my wife. It's a secret between me and my beautiful Aqua Cure queen. And she'd never give it up for a thief. Don't post cringe. Aqua Cure. I know, Dwarbuck. Try knife fighting a zombie? Yeah, let's give it a shot. We're in a pretty closed environment right now. Where'd he go? Okay, choose which fucking alley you're coming down. Thank you. Let's go, bucko. First we dodge. Oh, shit! Ah, fuck that one up. Nice fucking lunge, bro. Dude, you're... Wait! No, no! Push him! Man, they're really dragging this one out, aren't they? Yep. Alright, so we learned a valuable lesson here. And that lesson was that actually knife fighting zombies is a bad idea. And now we know. All the way back here. Fuck. What? Okay, dude. Libraven, I was not particularly fond of Destiny's take. That's how it works. I was not particularly fond of Destiny's take on the D&D sexual assault drama, no. Hup, 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 hup. What was Destiny's take? He seemed very fixated on reminding everyone that it's your fault if you're in an uncomfortable social situation and you don't speak up about it. It's really strange to me is that Destiny has in the past complained about other people being like really shitty towards him, like Denims, for example. I don't know if you guys know the drama. Like people like take advantage of him or be really disrespectful or callous. And he said he has trouble sometimes like expressing vocally his disapproval of that behavior. And when chat called him out on it, he's like, well, fuck it, you know? Like, they shouldn't be doing that shit to begin with. Like, why do I have to, like, fuck it? Like, they should know not to do that stuff. Why do I have to speak up about it? But then we have the D&D thing, and he just starts ranting about how you're a useless piece of shit if you can't tell people you're uncomfortable. If their DMing is make you uncomfortable. Libraven, I mean, he was saying, like, you're a useless piece of shit who's never going to accomplish anything if you're uncomfortable to tell someone, if you don't want to tell someone, like, you're in an uncomfortable social situation. But in the past, he's, like, specifically said that he himself has trouble speaking up when someone's being uncomfortably rude to him. It's, like, really weird. I don't know. Seems like he's gotten a lot more reactionary over the past year. Okay, so... Aqua Cure Queen. No, Rosie Specs, not to my knowledge. Okay, so you're kind of, like... in the way? Okay, I mean... Oh, shit. That wasn't a dodge. We'll take it. We'll take it. Would you still describe Destiny as leftist? I have never described Destiny as a leftist. I only call people leftists if I think they're anti-capitalist, and he's definitely not. Thank you, babe, for making rice. Think you have to kill zombies in this game? What would ever make you think that? Oh, shit. Where are we? Okay, we're over here. Seems like a death trap. Oh, rice for dinner? Rice is a good food. What the fuck are you talking about? Oh, here's the drugstore. So we're looking at like... Fuck you. What? They're really keen on attacking your ankles right after going through your throat. Off we go. I know I can shoot the electric box. Just don't see much of a need to do so right now. You think Nemesis is the best RE boss? I mean, I don't know. I haven't played this game before. This is my first time. Yeah, Buggerl 93. No, VOD of 54, I'm not talking about that. Vietnam objectively handled the COVID-19 shit pretty goddamn well. That's not what I'm referring to. More referring to the weird, like, re-education center shit he was saying. Hey, hey, hey! You can't! Man, these guys will just, like, any chance they get, they are ruthless. Is there even any point to shoot? Okay, let's just see how many... Fuck you. You know, Creature Maria agreed with non-compete on the re-education camps. Yeah, Creature Maria is, I think, a little bit tanky-ish. Creature Maria DM'd me, and I remember, like, one time they were tweeting about how, like, market socialism is cringe or something. I'm not trying to be uncharitable to her. I think she's a, you know, decent, intelligent person. But definitely a different perspective on this than me. In fact, the fact that Creature Maria was agreeing with non-compete, the allegedly anarchistic person, is more of an indictment of his views than my disagreement with them is. No problem, Reigns. I've not seen that Netflix series, no. Alright, this time we got this. Who's Creature Maria? Creature Maria was that leftist lady on Twitter who did the OK Liberal skit in response to the OK Boomer skit. And then people, like, shit on her because she was, like, apparently pro-necrophilia or something, which I don't think she was, but... Do you think Sargon believes the shit he says, or is he grifting? No, I think he believes the stuff that he says. I just think that he's incredibly stupid. And he'll adjust how he presents his views based on a lot of factors. Okay. So the name of the thing is Aqua Cure. Am I pro-necrophilia? Yeah, why not? Oh, come on! From that far away! Fuck that guy. Just, yeah. Back at it again. Yeah, exactly. Sargon believes what he says, he just doesn't know what he's saying. Yeah, I think that's a decent setup. Well, at least you get infinite saves. Yeah, goddamn right. Neo Israfil, I don't know about non-compete. Look, non-compete was rather uncharitable to me after the Thought Slime drama, so I'm not inclined to be particularly charitable towards them. I've never said they're a bad person or that people shouldn't watch their shit. I'm just, you know, wary. Paul Resendez, the $5. Vaush, an ideally socialist system, is profit totally abolished intrinsically or private owner claims to profit. Well, in a purely socialist system, you would have an abolition of the commodity form, which means that profit as a concept would no longer exist. There would still, of course, be the distribution and consumption of resources. I mean, and you could say sort of obliquely, like, profit might refer to that, but in a specific sense, as it refers to markets as they exist today, no, there would be no profit, as we understand it. Fuck off. Fuck off. What was that? What was that little, like, flash there? Did you guys see that? You saw that, right? Yeah, high-grade gunpowder. Oh, shit. I'm running out of inventory space. Yeah! Is it okay to say Karen in private? Yeah, but not with the hard N. You want to say Kara. Aqua. Aqua Cure. Oh, I get it. He's like a creepo. Oh, wow. It's quite the set piece. Very subtle. 937. Gotcha. Oh, wait. 9 left, 3 right. Wait, God. Someone type this out in chat. 9 left, 3 right, 7 left. Just keep that in mind, okay? 937 left, right, left. Gangweed. There's still a zombie in here. I've got a lot of ammo. Maybe I should... Hey, okay. You're not fucking dead. Are you? Knew it! Stupid little fucking rat. That felt like a death. I trust that one. Block Caligula, the reason I don't focus on policy is just because it's not something I feel I can discuss as well, and it's not something I'm as interested in. I discuss theory and advocacy all the time. The difference is, I don't have a problem with somebody focusing on one over the other. I don't have an issue with Destiny focusing almost exclusively on policy. The issue I have is when people deride the importance of one or the other. So I never deride the importance of discussing policy. I think it's important to do that. But Destiny is frequently derides theoretical or like theory-oriented discussions. Okay, 9. Okay. 9. Okay. Nope. I'm confused. Nine. 3. Oh wait, I haven't even been trying to click them in properly. Wait. 9. Nope. 9. 3. Hey! 9. Let me go all the way around the world for the 3. 3. 9. 3. What do you want from me? Do it the backwards heathen way? 9. 3. Sure. Whatever you say. Fastest completion of that puzzle so far, by the way. World record, by the way. Okay. Still got stuff around here we can pick up. Chud Logic went over the article mentioning you yesterday. Vivian Wolf actually had positive things to say about you during a conversation on there, among others. Possible regret about burning bitches. Listen, I'm not a particularly spiteful person. I don't like maintaining grudges, but I do want it known that, like, Vivian Wolf was, like, really weird. Vivian Wolf was, like, weird and creepy to me, and I did not appreciate it. If Vivian wants to, like, retract that behavior, that's fine, and they can do that, but, like, don't expect a round of applause on stream. How does he do it every time? Oh. I'm gonna have to check that dodo out in a bit. It'd be great if you could do an Econ 101 stream. If I have to. No, San. No details. Did you see her recent convo with Beneblo where she made some true scummy arguments? There's no way Vivian Wolf is a true scum. Like, Vivian Wolf is, like, super, like, woke scoldy. There's no way. Alright, I'm satisfied. I've got some ammo. Fuck. Come on, man. Hey, come on, man. Woo! You see that shit? God damn! Whew! Am I content that I'm now receiving 200 plus subs a day? Actually, for the past week, I've been getting 400 subs a day. It's pretty based. You see that shit? Fucking Vaush bad at video games. Get him out of here. What an ahistorical take. The fuck are you? Oh yeah, I just picked that up, huh? Interesting, Block Caligula. Just right there? Yeah, right here. Yes, we've got a little powder pill bottle, some weed, little case of ammunition. Oh yeah, here's a fire hose, you know? Fucking game. Resident Evil 4 had the best inventory system. Ooh. Yeah, I was playing Doom really poorly. I'm not going to be playing it on stream anymore. I just think there's something about that game. I just think I'd enjoy it more off stream. Maybe it just takes too much of my attention. Violence getting worse and worse these past few days. Got a shotgun for when it hits a breaking point. Locking up the gun rack. I should keep it safe from any would-be looters while I go out and get more shells. If things go south, cut the chain and bust out that sucker. Okay. How much money to have you keep your hair? Wait, how much money would you have to give me for me to not get a haircut? What does that mean? I lost subs too, Xander Hall, but it's a subject that I'm trying to withhold on discussing until it's more immediately relevant. Something about shaving it in order to properly fit a mask? Ah, fuck that. RE username, I love arguing with people who, think black people are inferior. That shit smell like bread and butter. Guys, did you know that in real life you can't actually shoot chains off of stuff? Unless you have, like, unless you're carrying, like, a fucking like a full, rifle on you. Like, not a hunting rifle, but, like, a real fucking, like, sniper rifle. Like, bullets can't cut through chains. Like, a pistol shot could not. Yeah, chains are, like... Yeah, this game does look like real life. That's bullshit, I hate chains. Me too. I need a fucking railgun. Isn't it interesting that a bullet can't break a chain, but a normal human being with a sufficiently large
the subway company's offices.
set of pliers can do it, as long as the human is reasonably strong? Oh yeah, Behemoth, I think that'd be fun. Yeah, exactly, Dairy Cypher, right? I'm pretty sure, like, I mean, I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure that if you have a gun and you want to get through a locked door, you don't actually blow the lock, you just destroy the frame of the door, like the actual attachments, you know? Or you can blow through the wood and then, like, reach your hand through and unlock the door. I saw a bobblehead? Duly noted. Okay, so this controls the train stuff. Bobblehead, huh? Bobblehead? Bobblehead! Piece of shit. Dude, there are so many locked fucking briefcases? Oh, Shackley, that's a whole discussion. I don't think... I want to talk about the Bannerlord stuff, but I feel like not enough people give a fuck, so...
Nothing.
I mean, nothing. Do we need to restore the power? Paul Resende is the $5. Would you ever be a 10-hour stream Andy like Hassan or Destiny? I don't think I'd enjoy that very much. I already work quite a bit. There's a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff that I do. I don't know if I'd be able to provide streams of the same quality if I was that tired. I just wouldn't enjoy it that much. Yeah, maybe name user. Shotgun to the door's latch? But the shotgun's locked up. I need pliers or something. Chain breakers. Yeah, Pope Jupiter. That's a... So, I'm not... This isn't me, like, shit-talking or anything. Wow. That kid's head sure is over here. This isn't me like, oh boy. This isn't me trying to shit talk or anything, but keep in mind, like, y'all have watched Destiny's streams, right? He usually has other people on. And he'll often just not talk for a while. He'll play games and he'll chill. But during my, like, regular politics streams, I talk non-stop on my own, and usually some pretty, like, heavy stuff, too. It's not just, like, fun rambling, you know? Oh, shit. Oh, shit. 72% of chat is down for Bannerlord. Okay, let's go. Okay, so we can't... Okay. Let's try going back here and see if we can see something. Yeah. We have the fire hose, so we can... Oh, it'll get there, Jufu. Not done with all the donos. Anyway, yeah, just don't revel in it. Don't be weird, you know? Don't, like, glorify it, and don't minimize it. And that's about it. I think when it comes to stuff like abuse and trauma, it's usually tasteful to be subtle with it, and to let the audience or the participants, you know, do a little bit of the work on their own. Like for example, like let me give you an example, okay? Let's say you're playing a Dungeons and Dragons campaign, and and you're facing off against two characters. One of them is like the big bad guy, you know, like the big baddie, as like this big like evil guy or something, I don't know. And shit, we gotta go fucking plant our inventory down somewhere. One of them is the big evil guy, you know, and the other one is like kind of a neutral character who the party is friends with, but they're also kind of friends with the enemy, and you want to save them, you know, that kind of gist. And the big guy puts their hand on the shoulder of the girl, and the girl like flinches. And you describe that. You say, as the big boy puts his hand on the shoulder of the girl, she flinches, and her eyes flash with fear before she collects herself and continues. Something like that. That's all you have to do, you know? Let the audience do the rest of the work. Like, you know, interpretively. Oh, jeez. What about the PLO? I mean, Hamas got elected, but kind of funny, Israel's the one who apparently gets to decide what is and is not a legitimate representation of the will of the Palestinian people. Yeah, Libraven, the problem is, the United Kingdom is a parliamentary system. In parliamentary systems, third parties do work. Not in a presidential system. Is that my door? No, someone else's. Yes. Wait, what? Hello?
Oh, I was just going to encourage you to tell them about Soren's name.
What about it?
Oh, just that I feel like you had a good setup that he had some sort of trauma from the beginning. With his reaction to his name, that kind of stuff. What?
I'm just thinking.
What do you mean?
Well, I'm thinking about it. Because I kind of forget how that went down originally.
Oh, well, he was called the,
Shadowed Man?
The Fogged Man.
Fogged Man, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, the Fogged Man, yeah.
And we didn't know his name. But Akane told us his name or something. And then Yondis used it flippantly. After he got upset and like left, and then explained to Honey later that it was like bad memories, you know?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
That kind of thing.
Fancy box. They can't hear shit. Yeah, because she's over there.
Yeah,
so I'll say it then. What she's saying is that the character that I described in the Dungeons and Dragons campaign that I had, the one who had like a traumatic past, that character. Store. I don't plan on using that much pistol in the near future. That character named themselves, or they were called the Fogged Man because of aforementioned magical abilities and their general appearance, and that's cool. And they only learned the actual name of the character after meeting with his abuser, who at the time they didn't know had an actual relationship with him. And he flinched when they used it. It's just little stuff like that. It's not, it doesn't have to be like these giant bombastic declarations of hurt and loss. The Fogged Man? Fogged. F-O-G-G-E-D. Yeah. Okay. What is this? Okay. I see. That's not a word? Nope, it was a name. Yeah, you chillin' here for a smidge. Shoot us some Bannerlord takes? Okay, look. Okay, listen. I'm not like a fucking expert. Like, I haven't like prepared a fucking thesis on this or anything. Okay, but like I was disappointed when I first played Bannerlord. I thought there was a lot missing. Some of that stuff I understand because hey, I dodged. What do you want? Some of this stuff I'm fine and dandy with. Some of the stuff I'm fine and dandy with because it's an early access, but some of these things, like, bug me to a pretty severe extent. Like, for example, the fact that... Okay, you guys want to hear some real dumbass shit? There's a chompy boy down there. In the Mountain Blade games, you can occasionally find bandit camps that you can raid. You can't raid them with your whole army, because you accumulate a big old army in the game. You can only raid them... You can only raid them with, like, you and 5 other dudes. The way it worked in Mountain Blade Warband, the first game, is you would go in with, like, 5 or so dudes, and then you would take out the enemies that are there, which were usually about 4 times as many guys as you, so you had to make sure you had good troops, or you played it very carefully. Great, great. In Mountain Blade Bannerlord, this is the newer game that's been in development for 8 years. You park your giant army outside of the bandits' cave, while you go in with, like, 5 other dudes. And then, if you are defeated or captured... Oh! Sick! If you're defeated or captured, what happened in the original game was that you would just, like, be kept in their camp for a little bit, and, like, you'd lose some money, and you'd, like, release, and then you'd go back to your army, and everyone would be like, haha, you fucking suck, dude, you stupid piece of shit, lol. What happens in Bannerlord... I want to look down there before going down there, is you lose your whole fucking army. It was patched like day 2. Yeah, I'm aware of that, but I played it day 1. Okay, nice. We have a shortcut now. Oh, that's sick. We have a shortcut. We don't have to go through here anymore, where there are like 6 zombies. You can lose an entire army just because you and 5 other dudes went in there. There's other stuff, like the game feels like more shallow than before, too. Oh. Woo! Oh, that wasn't a dodge. Come at me. Wait, no, don't actually. Don't die to Bandit Camp Lamau, not hard. Have you ever thought that your attitude towards games might actually just be a lazy way of preventing yourself from having to critically analyze the flaws in the stuff you enjoy? Just don't die, lol. Oh god, really? Well. I kinda deserve that. I want Bannerlord to be good, too. They're popcorn games, though. I do, like, those games are very destructive to me, so maybe I shouldn't want it to be good. Did I play Sekiro? Yeah. It's been doing good, B. Quimby. You might competitive any multiplayer games? Ha! The only game I've ever gotten anywhere near close to the top of a leaderboard on was, I shit you not, I joke you not, fucking Bejeweled 2, the phone game, the Mineshaft game variant. I'd play it back. Okay. Just Jesus, just end the cutscene. For Bejeweled 2, the Mineshaft game mode, I think I was in like the top 1,000 out of like 2 million ranked players or something like that. So that's something. I don't know, Zan. Destiny is a pretty big coomer. Not till I play all of them, Count Weebula. Another goddamn chain. Watch citations needed? No, I do not. This the explodey type of barrel? So it is. Now, how many of you did that actually kill? What do you think about game piracy? I think it's important to support creators who you believe are deserving of support. I would consider it actively immoral, for example, to pirate like from good like indie developers, you know? If you want to get like a season pass EA game because fuck EA, like okay, whatever, I don't care. Not gonna hit someone too hard for that one. You gotta be dead, right? Yep, well... You're just gonna... This one looks like the Joker a little. Eat shit, dude. I have not played Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice, no. Dude, I love her, like, tactical knife work. Oh, shit! Get fucking tactic. Yeah. Do you want to see how I got this bite? Like... Got anything in there? Like a gun? No? Just a police car, no gun? Yeah, sure, whatever. I was infected, and I was feeling a little hungrier than usual. I ran towards Mommy. I took a bite out of her leg. She didn't like that. Not one bit. Daddy came at me with a knife, but it was too late. Oh. You're suspiciously good at that? Yeah, look at me, the reincarnation of Heath Ledger himself. Cringe. Cringe. No, that miss on my part was cringe. Get in, kill, get. Nope. God damn, did you see how fast that turnaround was? Holy shit. Do you see? She fucking snapped. Huh. What did I say on the $2? I could see a sentient D&D ghoul talk like that. There is a sentient D&D ghoul in that long-standing campaign of mine. But he doesn't talk like that. What does he talk like, Hyena? I completely forget. What does Nim talk like? Alright, we cleared out the area. Donut shop still got that thing. Nim, Hyena. I have no idea. We haven't talked to him in literal IRL months. Wow. No, I understand that, Shackley. Shoot it. Shoot it. Fine. Will I be your creepy DM? No, I have no such interest. Sorry. B. Quimby, I think it's usually pretty easy to tell when people are having, like, a sincere change in their political perspective. Like, believe it or not, folks don't actually change their mind on that much stuff once they're adults. Particularly not people who have a financial and political incentive to maintain consistency when it comes to their values. Think of all the boomer moms and dads out there. These people tend not to change their mind that much. They tend to stay pretty close to whatever opinions they had back around college days, you know? But this is usually a pretty bad thing because, generally speaking, that leads to them maintaining reactionary beliefs. But if we're talking about politicians here, these are people whose political opinions are a matter of financial interest to others. The odds of them just having these, like, epiphanous paradigm shifts in their system of belief, it's just not very likely. It just doesn't happen that often. Now, it can happen. Oh, there's a barrel right there. I gotta use these more often. Whoa! Ho-ho! Wow! That freaked me out a little. Okay. Yeah, over 25 then, panic stasis. Not necessarily like 18 or older. So can politicians change their mind on stuff? Yeah, of course. And I'm sure it happens all the time. But when you see stuff like Hillary Clinton, like being pro-Defense of Marriage Act, being anti-gay marriage, being like, you know, the sanctity of marriage is between a man and a woman for like her entire life, and then suddenly, right as support for gay marriage tips over 50%, she all of a sudden is in favor of it. That, I think it should be pretty clear, is not a sincere change in her political opinions. Yeah, private positions and public positions. Now, it is possible that Hillary Clinton has actually been pro-gay for a long time, and she, being the ruthless girl boss political connoisseur that she is, was only pretending to not be pro-gay for decades, so as to avoid alienating a component of her constituency. And to that I ask you, is the best advocate for the gays someone who isn't willing to put up a fight in their favor until after she's 100% sure supporting them isn't going to get her kicked out of office? Hey, Kropotkin. Why is LGBT acceptance declining recently? It's not. Well, it is a little, but it's being overstated largely. There's a bit of a reactionary surge midst the Zoomer group. And if you want to know why that's the case, it's largely because of Gamergate. I'm not joking. It's largely because of Gamergate and the political sort of zeitgeist that formed afterwards online. People like Sargon of Akkad, Paul Joseph Watson, The Quartering, blah blah blah. All of these people transitioned from pro-gamer boys into being advocates for fascist political outreach. That was 6 years ago? Yeah, only 6 years ago. 1.5 presidential terms. But it's a phase, and it'll pass. Colossal TM, don't you worry. We'll be talking about the Karen question, soon enough. Block Caligula, if Gamergate hadn't happened, or more accurately, if there had never been this, like, massive surge of, like, populist fascism, there probably, I mean, we would probably be living in a very, 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 very different world. Trump would probably still be elected, but the general online discourse, I think, would be pretty different. Possibly Retrolutionist. Kropotkin, I don't know what you're referring to. I don't think there was ever proof Destiny wanted to reach out to me that one time. Have a good time, Lone Cat. Don't die. Store that, store that. A Libraven, if you mean liberal in the sense that I believe in human equality, egalitarianism, free speech, free rights, blah blah, then yeah, I would say I'm pretty liberal. Not a capitalist, obviously, but you know, what are you gonna do? Is buying Lego Minecraft cringe? Listen, do whatever makes you happy. A lot of zombies. Does this actually kill him, or does it just stun him? Well, Kropotkin the cat, my IRL meetup with him didn't change my opinion of him very much, but his behavior after the IRL meetup certainly did. Very sad. Fuck off. Wait, what's this way? Okay, this is the way I originally came through. Alright. Oh, we got a barrel over here. Okay, we just gotta lead him over. Did I meet with TJ IRL? No, no. I met with Jeff Holiday, though. Patrick Miller with the $2. Thanks for debating Stefan. Yeah, it was fun. He's really, really stupid. I didn't have to put much effort into it. No, I meant to go through. Wait, fuck off. Will you ever go through the Ariel Scarcella debate? No, I don't want to be a fucking Destiny simp. Like, I'm not trying to be a reply guy or anything, where anytime Destiny does anything, I have to, like, comment on it. I agree that Destiny went too soft on her. But that's just my opinion, man. Dude, because Scarcella was in it? I'm not... I don't wanna. No, you can't just overcome an obstacle preventing you from progressing in the game. Haha. Fire hose go psh. There, I did the meme. Do you like it? Do you like that? Oh, I think Stefan has narcissistic personality disorder. I don't normally like just flippantly diagnosing people like that, but Stefan Molyneux literally thinks he's the greatest philosopher since fucking Socrates or whatever. Dude is legit crazy. God damn it! When I get fucking Clipper prior things, I'm gonna have a field day with this game. Hey! Speak of the devil. Man, so many save points. If only I wasn't playing so poorly. What?
Is someone in here?
Oh boy. Didn't TJ tell you to probably be a very big YouTuber? No, that wasn't TJ Kirk. That was Jeff Holiday, and I appreciate it. I actually took a look, and at this point, if we consider the the independent viewership that I get to be comparable to like a rating system from TV, I actually have like a larger audience than a lot of like fairly well-known television shows. Oh, I'm sure, Xander Hall. Would it be possible to come on for 15 minutes to talk about reconciling anarchism with Marxism? No, because I already think these things can be reconciled. Marxism, not necessarily paleo-Marxism, but Marxism broadly, is a, set of economic and philosophical principles oriented around the expropriation of labor and, the critiques of capitalism and market economy and what have you. And anarchism is a political philosophy about reducing hierarchy. I don't think these are mutually exclusive at all. Is it too late to debate Vaush? Well, you were the person who was spouting off some really dumb shit, Mondo, so maybe you get a chance at some point. Clonk.
You're UBCS?
Yeah, careful. Come on, don't look at me like that, all right? I'm not infected. No, wait, please!
Chad, move.
What the fuck?
He was infected.
He might have been infected.
Oh, stars, this soft. No wonder so many of you dead.
And what are you, UBCS? Killing your own people?
He would have turned. There's your sense of self-preservation. Go back to the subway station. We don't need a bleeding heart like you getting in the way.
Well, all right. Do you think we can find, like, a bite mark on this guy? Training log. Wait, fuck. I missed it. No. Aw, he seemed like a cool dude. Yeah, Kropotkin the cat, but it's not a dichotomy that I find especially interesting, to be perfectly honest with you. I honestly think, like, it's a massive waste of time, all the anarchists and commies, like, at each other's throats. Historically, it's been the commies who have been the ones to shoot and fucking garrote us first, though, so I don't feel as though I'm particularly responsible for the state of affairs. But, it's just simple, just, Jesus Christ. Work together. Overthrow capitalism. Maybe after we overthrow capitalism, we have ourselves a discussion about what to do next. Until then, we have a shared goal. Just weird. A lot of people, I don't get much utility out of discussing the nuances of a society I know I'm not going to be alive to see. I just would rather focus on the problems we've got right now. Alright. Mondo Fruit Punch says you defended ISIS and apologized for the bad state of Muslims. He kind of applied that institutional forces don't affect racism that much because Asians do well. Ooh, I see. Whew. Yeah, Mondo, if you want to debate, you can get in the Discord. That it? Just the two things in here? Okay. Oh, looks like they can't. Looks like they can't do it. Their African-American best friend wants to play Grand Blue Fantasy. I think they're a troll, guys. African-American best friend. That's kind of funny. Lamau, I'm genuinely confused why Vaush sees someone saying something dumb as attractive in terms of wanting to debate them. Because I don't want to waste my time debating shit with people who I already agree with. That's why I don't bring leftists on to debate with. It's so fucking boring. Hey Vaush, I take issue with you saying that we need a transitionary state, and you don't like Vanguard parties. Oh, really? Well, I read in this book Vanguard parties are good. I read in this other book that transitionary states are cringe, though. You need the other Vanguard party. Oh, okay, cool. Well, we have basically no real-world data to go off of, so I guess this is just both of us spouting our favorite fucking bedtime stories to each other, with no actual, like, empirical basis for any of the shit that we believe. Oh, yeah, okay, let's keep doing this for another 90 minutes until eventually we peter out and have nothing left to talk about, until we mutually acknowledge that we had agreed on basically every single fucking relevant immediate position, and there was no point for the fucking discussion to begin with. Oh, yeah, that sounds pretty cool. See you later, man. Hopefully we can have another irrelevant discussion on things that have no fucking bearing whatsoever on political discourse today. I think that'd be a lot of fun and pretty cool and based. Haha, nice. Excellent. Yeah, no, I don't give a fuck. That's why I don't bring lefties on. Every day I get people emailing me like, hey, I take issue with the specific way. Oh, fuck off. God, Jesus Christ. It's like none of you people understand how politics works. You seriously think that political force is built through people fucking discussing the nuance of the specific implementation of this interpretation of the theory? No. It's through taking moral ideas and trying to push them out in such a way as they appeal to the broadest number of people possible. If that means cutting down on the ideas a little bit, if that means making them simplified, if that means doing a wacky fucking trim job until they barely even resemble the original idea, sure. Yeah, B. Quimby, probably, but it's funnier when there are multiple people there to participate in that process. Okay, there were like 40 other chains that I want to get through. So you want to be a Sargon for the left? What the fuck does that mean? Sargon is a fucking idiot. He lies or is incorrect about everything that he says. If you mean I want to be a Sargon of the left in the sense that I want to be an effective political actor, then yeah, sure, Sargon has been a very effective political actor. But like that's like a weird. That's like saying I want to be the Henry Kissinger of the left because I want to be influential. Like I want to be an influential leftist who changed minds. Oh, so you want to be like Henry Kissinger? Like I don't know what that means. I don't know if that's an apropos. Mondo Fruit Punch is Hooli on Discord. Mondo Fruit Punch, if you want to talk, you get in the fucking Stream Collins channel, okay? We can suss it out. How do you reconcile your support of Foucault when he explicitly rejected historical materialism? Yeah, of course he did. He was a postmodernist. But he didn't reject every, like, position a Marxist would have. He just had a different... Oh, man. Okay, wait. Hold on. This shit triggers me so much, okay? Guys, you know how Marx built the material dialectic off of the Hegelian dialectic and how he critiqued Hegel all the time? That doesn't mean you can't appreciate Hegel's ideas while also being a Marxist. Philosophy, like all other forms of communication, builds on itself. And people who outright reject a system very often do so with the intentions of improving upon it or delivering a slight alternative. The intentionality and the will of postmodernists and Marxists tends to be pretty goddamn similar. They tend to, not on everything, but they tend to orient pretty heavily in the same direction. A lot of people, like, people get so, like, nuts, like, oh, you can't be an anarchist and a Marxist at the same time. How do you reconcile the Foucault? Because Foucault had good ideas, and the historical dialectic is a good idea, and maybe he thought he had a slightly better idea, but if I went up to Foucault, if I fucking resurrected him and then learned how to speak French, or taught him how to speak a proper language, I walked up to him, and I said, hey, Foucault, my man, would you agree that history, the forces of history have in large part been determined by struggle between people with different material interests? He would agree with me. Didn't I kill this one? I'm positive I killed this one. Respawning enemies? Oh, no way. Really? I don't think that was a respawn. I think that was an enemy from the street who walked up here. Okay, no, this is the guy that I thought. Okay. Okay. Alright. Hey, let me know if that person goes into the Collins channel, okay? Noam Chomsky doesn't like Foucault at all. Yeah, they debated, didn't they? They had, like, significant disagreements. Also, leftists argue all the time and don't like each other while having similar goals. You realize, like every leftist on YouTube doesn't like every other leftist on YouTube, and yet we all have basically the same goal, right? Maybe Sierra 20. He's fighting alt-identifier. Nice. Battle it out. Where's the other chain? Not over here. Could you say "oh no no" in that weird accent? It's not a weird accent. It's "oh no no no" like that. Ugh. Philosophers aren't weirdos? Yes, they are. Philosophers are fucking weirdo degenerates. Okay? They all are. Every single one of them. Will he read donations? I'm sure I'll get around to it soon enough. We got him! Guys, this is shotgun. How many headshots for the shotgun kill? Boobies or booty? I'm more of an ass man, because I'm not a fucking idiot. Just still can't get this. Alright. Whoa! Kinda freak it out there a little bit, huh? Here, let's... Oh, sorry. Just popped the load off in my shorts. It's all good. Got lots of extra spongy, you know, absorbent down there. We can keep going. We can keep going. How do you determine which chats you read? I read every single donation that I get. Your thoughts on some lefties saying the prime left-hood triumvirate are a bunch of liberals? Well, I'm pretty sure ContraPoints is literally a liberal, so that's an accurate descriptor. But Sean H. Bomber Guy, 3 Arrows is also a liberal, I think? But Sean H. Bomber Guy and Ollie are all socialists. Hey! Get over here. There's a fucking fire. Oh, shit. Did that even hurt me? Isn't Contra a suckdem? A suckdem would be a liberal. Have that not set you on fire? As we have already established, we are not immortal. We are, in fact, immortal. Baby. Oh, are they in there? Alright.
Can you hear me alright?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine. What's up?
I'm actually a big fan. I've been watching you for like the last 4 months, almost all of your videos.
Nice.
But,
well, you know what? For as long as I've known you, I've been a big fan of you too. So, what's up? What's the contention?
Yeah, I just had a few takes that I thought were kind of off, in my opinion. I'm trying to think of these off the top of my head. I think for starters, I didn't. Okay, so you were kind of defending ISIS, sort of. I don't want to say you're defending ISIS. I'm sure you would put it differently, but you like, if I remember correctly, you were kind of comparing, what's his name, Sargon's, his discourse.
Political positions with those of ISIS?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you. And I thought that was really, like when you do that, you say, oh, Sargon is conservative. And ISIS is conservative. That seems really reductive. You're like, well, like it. So you're saying almost like a slippery slope argument where it's like, oh, if Sargon continued to do whatever, like let's say he could have the world as he wished, he would have it like ISIS, you know.
I don't think that the world would be like as though it were controlled by ISIS if Sargon had his desired world. The issue I have is that usually the people who are most fanatical about condemning militant Islamicism are the people whose political positions are basically an anglicized version of those. So it's not just that they're both conservative, it's that Sargon is an autocratic fascist who who A, believes in a conspiracy brought about by egghead intellectual progressives to destroy the West, B, he believes that degeneracy and cultural assimilation are bringing down our once great empire, and C, he believes in establishing like an ethno-state to return us to our former glory. He doesn't have the same like religious element as ISIS, but when it comes to like the baseline political positions, the only real difference is that he uses a microphone and they use guns. It's just a little hypocritical to me. Like, I'm the one who should be able to criticize ISIS. ISIS is a conservative institution. I stand against that.
Okay, you just said the only difference is that he talks and ISIS uses guns. So it kind of goes back to what I said earlier. You're implying that if he had the guns and the firepower, we'd be living in some kind of, you know, horrific ISIS-like state.
Well, I think we'd be living in an autocratic fascist ethno-state, similar to what we had back during the days of, like, Nazi Germany, yeah. I mean, people like Sargon have had guns before. We see what happens. Like, that's what it turns into. Now, of course, the particular historical circumstances are different. Obviously, Islam is not the same as Christianity. There are differences in its aesthetics and the tendencies of its followers, though I don't think those differences are very significant, personally. And Sargon is, at least to my knowledge, not a particularly religious person, so there's not as much of, like, a moral imperative there. But fundamentally, yeah, I think that the arm of his history swings in the same direction.
Okay, but to me, it seems like that's the slippery slope argument to the 10th power, you know?
I'm not saying it's a slippery slope. I'm saying that it's the same. Their arguments, their position, the alt-right and ISIS fundamentally use the same political tactics and the same political reasoning to achieve virtually identical ends. They're just opposed to one another.
Okay, well, this actually kind of ties into my other criticism that I have of the left and, you know, certain things that it seems you kind of condone. The idea, to put it, you know, like the punch-a-Nazi idea.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a clear delineation between speech and violence. And what I really dislike about the left is when they go after speech because they claim that it leads to violence, you know?
Well, I'm very pro-free speech, but being pro-free speech does sometimes mean that you have to prevent people from engaging in certain forms of speech. Like, are you pro-life? Like, do you believe generally people have a right to life? I don't mean like abortion. Like, do people have a right to life?
Yeah, sure.
What do you do if you're in the middle of like Midland Park and like a gunman like starts open firing on people, like just starts gunning them down, 10, 20, 30 people, and you send the police in? Like, should the police shoot, or should they like try to capture the guy without killing him?
They should kill him, in my opinion.
I mean, I agree. And much in the same way that you understand that in that instance, it is necessary to kill to protect the sanctity of life, I too recognize that in order to protect the sanctity of freedom and of free speech, there are some types of speech that need to be curtailed.
All right, so it sounds like you're saying you're pro-free speech except for people you disagree with.
No, there are tons of people I disagree with who I think should have a right to free speech. There are some types of free speech that stifle other forms of free speech. Like, for example, imagine it's the 1960s and you're a civil rights advocate, you know, like MLK type, you know, and you are constantly being beleaguered, harassed, sometimes even threatened by Ku Klux Klanners, white citizen councilmen, police chiefs, the FBI, stuff like that. Now, some of those acts on their part are acts of free speech. They have a legal right to those things. But in a practical sense, all that ends up doing is stifling your right to free speech, because you can't fundamentally enact it if there are powerful entities out there that are trying to stifle you. Does that make sense?
The problem is it really up to you to decide, though? Like, who are you? Like, you're not the arbiter of what's acceptable speech and what isn't. In my personal opinion, I think a person should be allowed to go out and say, hey, slavery should be reinstated. And, you know, people can listen to him and disregard him and call him out as an idiot. But, you know, punching him is stupid. I just don't agree with that at all.
Well, who decides whether or not it's okay to execute somebody to preserve others' lives?
Well, I mean, that would just be, what is it, like the pragmatic or just a pure numbers game. Like, you would see
but
that.
Who decides that? Like, who decides when it's okay to kill a person to protect the lives of others?
The police.
What?
I
Okay,
guess,
so clearly
situation.
somebody can decide it. So we have somebody who gets to decide, or some institution that gets to decide, what types of free speech are unacceptable and harmful. Like, we have an institution that can decide when it's okay to take a life. I'm sure we can have an institution that can decide when it's okay to prevent certain types of speech.
I just fundamentally disagree with the idea that any kind of speech should be stifled. And I think saying that, oh, it should be stifled because it radicalizes people, and then these people that are radicalized are gonna do crazy things. That's like, you know, slippery slope. You're going
let me
step by
ask you
step.
a philosophical argument, okay? What if there was a prominent online movement, we don't have to name any names here, but what if there was a prominent online movement that was disseminating certain types of rhetoric? That rhetoric has started to show up in the manifestos of terrorists that have been acting all over the world. People are starting to take action on account of the very legal invocation of free speech that you see from this online movement. And you know somehow, let's say prophetically, that if things continue as they are without any type of ulterior intervention, there will be a fascist takeover of the country that you live in, and all free speech will be silenced. Would
Here's the thing, is that people who
stop
read
them?
Yeah, no, I would not stop them from writing whatever the hell they want.
Even if you knew that them doing so would eventually lead to the destruction of all free speech.
Well, in that hypothetical, you're already assuming that's what's going to happen. But in my opinion, someone can write a manifesto, you know, like taking it in real world terms. Someone can write whatever the hell they want. People aren't going to suddenly start committing violent acts.
They do, though. Do you think wait, out of curiosity, do you think incitement to violence should be illegal?
For person only if it's directly like a straightforward cause and effect. Like, okay, you're telling somebody kill them, but not when you do like, you know, all these steps removed. Oh, they're saying bad things. These bad things get people thinking the wrong way, and then maybe one of those people is going to go crazy and shoot up a school.
So
or whatever, you know.
So that's completely circumnavigatable then. What you're essentially saying is the only time it's illegal to incite violence is when the person doing so is stupid enough to implicate themselves by directly calling for a specific person to incite violence. However, if you have a YouTube channel and you start saying stuff like, it's time for us to rise, it's time for us, it's time for the day of the rope, for the white race to reclaim its homeland, and for the race traders and the brown and the what have you folk to hang from lampposts, but you don't specify any particular date, time, person, that you think should be legal?
Just in generally, like if I wanted to say, oh, lynch all black people, yeah, that should be legal to say.
Okay, I mean, I strongly disagree. The reason why there are laws against incitement to violence right now is because we've kind of recognized that, like, usually the incitation of violence isn't as simple as just like one person. It's not like Charles Manson. Like, you don't just tell one person to go commit a crime. It's usually about disseminating rhetoric that leads to stochastic terrorism or to the implementation of certain political policies that end up hurting people. I care a lot about freedom of speech, so I care about stopping things that are going to hurt freedom of speech. I care about life, so I want to stop things that will hurt life. That doesn't just begin and end when a person picks up a gun. There are other things that happen beforehand, perhaps times at which stopping it would be more effective than had they picked up a gun, where I think we can intervene and make, you know, a positive change.
Well, like I said before, the issue is that you're suddenly looking 5 steps ahead and deciding, oh, well, you know, this is going to lead to that, is going to lead to that, is going to lead to that. Like, to me, it's just, there's no one who could really just know for a fact or decide, you know, that's, oh, this is going to lead to violence or whatever when it's five steps removed.
No, political theorists have known for a long time what leads to what. Nobody should have been surprised by the Charlottesville incident. Nobody should have been surprised by what happened at Christchurch. These are all very natural reactions to Lauren Southern, for example, with the Great Replacement like rhetoric that she used. That was came up specifically in the manifesto of the Christchurch shooter. That one's pretty specific, easily to trace. I mean, like, we know what leads people to making certain political decisions. Hold on, let me close my window. Car alarm went off. Sorry. Yeah. So, yeah, for me, like, I just think it's a little bit naive to act as though I want to bring about a society that has the best of all possible worlds. I want a good society, one that functions well. I don't think a society functions well if it doesn't have a natural defense mechanism against things like fascism. Fascism is a plague that eats away at societies. It makes them worse. I don't really think it's that unreasonable to say, like, hey, if you've built a political apparatus oriented entirely around the dissemination of hate and misinformation, it's probably reasonable that, like, something be done about that. It should be noted, by the way, I'm not advocating for the government to take any steps against this. I support the freedom of speech, the First Amendment, as it exists now. I'm mostly talking about censorship, like with YouTube or Twitter or what have you.
Well, okay, if you could have control of YouTube, would you just close, like, Sargon's channel or Steven Crowder? Would you just shut them down?
I would obliterate them. Are you kidding me? Absolutely. Unquestionably. These people commit TOS violations every fucking video they do. Even Steven Crowder, who plays way closer to the vest than Sargon, can't go a single video without doing some sort of 2-minute fucking, Amos and Andy skit on, like, Chinese people with their buck teeth and slant eyes, or black people with their big lips and silly voices. Like, he consistently violates the TOS. I think they have every justification in the world to go ahead and...
Putting the TOS aside, just talking about free speech, I think that's... I just fundamentally disagree with the idea that you would shut down even a person that goes on YouTube and starts talking about, you know, how much he hates N-words or whatever.
But it doesn't bring about another world.
Speech isn't violence, and that's what I hate about the left, is that they keep equating speech to violence.
Speech is absolutely violence.
Like, maybe you could...
Well, some forms of speech. Not, I mean, obviously not all forms of speech. This is what we're doing right now.
Like, yeah, someone screaming fire in a movie theater, or someone saying, hey, please kill X person. Yeah, I would agree, that's violence, but... Just talking in general...
Wait, why that totally arbitrary distinction? What's the difference between saying, you all need to kill this group, and somebody saying, we, the white race, need to kill this group? What's the difference between those two things?
Yeah, it's simple. Because people are allowed to decide their opinion upon hearing whatever stupid thing they see on. Just like, you know, someone could go to your channel and be won over by your leftist rhetoric or whatever. And like, yeah, so to me, I feel like...
What does that have to do with anything? Everyone can respond however they want to what they hear. What does that have to do with anything? What's the difference between
so you're kind of... You're basically giving this attitude where it's like, yeah, I'm smart enough to know Crowder's full of shit. The masses are dumb. They could be brainwashed. So we need to shut this down, or else they might be.
You're still not answering. You're still not answering my question. Everyone is capable of being brainwashed by any position. That's just how human beings seem to be. What is the difference to you between saying you guys need to kill black people and saying we, the white race, need to kill black people?
Because one is just a general.
But they lead to the
one is
same
an
outcome.
idea. One is an idea. The other is an order.
Wait. It's not an order though. Like they could just say no to the order. Both of them lead effectively to the same outcome.
Well, if somebody goes on Twitter and says, "I think Trump should be killed," someone should do it. Even that I wouldn't say is problematic or like it shouldn't be suppressed. Only if the only instances of violence that I would disagree with, or of speech that I would disagree with, is just a direct incitement.
Yeah, but why? It leads to the same outcomes in both cases. Regardless of what wording you use, the impetus there is exactly the same.
No, because when somebody says we should lynch all black people, that's a thing that people can decide to do.
Wait, but they can't if they're ordered to as well. That has nothing to do with it. It's not as though when somebody says something in a commanding tone that you're obligated to do it. In both cases, whether they're saying it directly or indirectly, you still make the choice.
So the difference is that I only find free speech or inciting violence with speech problematic if there's a credible, direct cause and effect.
All of those have already been established. We're literally seeing language invented by certain YouTubers popping up in the manifestos of terrorists. That has already been established.
I feel someone like Sargon would look at people doing violent things and he would look at it with disgust.
That's irrelevant to me. I don't care what they think about it. Much in the same way the law doesn't particularly care, like whether or not like you accidentally or deliberately hit that pedestrian. Well, it does, but it's bad either way. No, I don't really care. The language he disseminates, the rhetoric he uses, has certain outcomes, and those outcomes lead to violence. They lead to harassment. They lead to the silencing of other people's free speech. No, it is a fact. This isn't like hard political theory. Like, it seems to me like you're only interested in putting the pieces together if it's as simple as this person's holding a gun, they pull the trigger, the bullet goes into another person, we can see the chain, bullet from person to gun to person holding the gun. But in reality, if we're talking about like really big, important philosophical issues like freedom of speech, we can't just limit it to like that base of discourse. We have to be willing to consider the possibility that there are indirect ways that people can affect massive amounts of harm, and we have to consider with some legitimacy whether or not it's valuable to curtail that. So, do you think YouTube should have a TOS?
Well, let me just address that chat really quickly. I'm reading the chat, and I just want to say, I am not a fan of Sargon. I watched like 2 of his videos in the past couple months. I've watched every single one of Vaush's videos, or rather listen to it. I download them and listen to them. But so yeah, this is not coming from a position of like bad faith or anything. But sorry, to address your question, can you repeat the last part?
Do you believe that YouTube should have a TOS?
No.
Okay. So you think that you should be able to do anything you want on YouTube as long as it's not illegal?
There should be barriers to prevent, adult-rated content from reaching children. But aside from that, I don't think there should be any barriers as long as what you're doing is illegal.
Sure. So what if it was found that any website that doesn't have a TOS invariably devolves into a bunch of white nationalists, hate posting nonstop, threatening, doxing, brigading other content creators, and then
so you're kind of talking about like Poll, for example?
I'm talking about literally every place on the internet that doesn't have a strict terms of service. All of them end up turning out the exact same way, because the people who are being barred from other services due to their TOS requirements are then forced onto those platforms. And what that invariably leads to is not only a degradation of the platform, but also harm to the other people on that platform. Do you think that a restaurant should be able to kick out a customer if they start acting unruly in a way that isn't necessarily illegal?
Only if somebody feels physically in danger.
Wait. If you own a restaurant, and there's somebody in that restaurant who comes in smeared in shit and hollering about the end times, you don't think you should be able to remove them?
You're right. Let me rephrase that. Like, only if they're disrupting other people's ability to enjoy, the contents of the restaurant.
Well, that's kind of an arbitrary standard, too. What if white people, racist white folk, are in the restaurant and a black person comes in? What if they find being in the presence of a black person disrupts their ability to enjoy their time at the restaurant?
Well, that would be up to the restaurant owner. Well,
so you think the restaurant owner should be able to kick black people out if it makes their white patrons more comfortable?
No, I would say that's... Still, I'm pretty sure that would be illegal, wouldn't it?
It would be illegal, but we're talking about philosophy here. Do you think that they should be able to do that? I don't really care what is or isn't legal, after all. If we're trying to decide what is or is not philosophically justifiable, we kind of build our law around the philosophical justification. We don't really, look at law and then use it to decide what's right.
Okay, can you rephrase the basic question that you're asking again?
Yeah, do you think that a restaurant owner should be able to kick out a black person if the racist white patrons don't like being around a black person?
I would say in that situation, when it comes to basic human rights, that would be the white person infringing on the black person's right to freedom of movement or his freedom in general.
Do you think that people who are smeared in shit, who are yelling about the end times, should have freedom of movement as well?
No, because they would disrupt everyone's ability to eat.
But the black person is also disrupting the ability of the white patrons to eat, because the white patrons are racist. There might be another ulterior condition that we're trying to use to determine whether or not it's acceptable to ban people from the establishment.
Okay, well, I think just from a basic human rights level, there is a difference between kicking out a black person or kicking out someone smeared in shit. The difference being that the black person didn't infringe on anybody else's personal space or their ability to enjoy the meal or anything.
Okay.
So,
well, I mean, they do, but you're arguing that that's an unjustified belief. That even if the black person is disrupting the white people's meal because the white people are racist, that doesn't justify their perspective on the issue.
Sorry, say that again?
So what you're arguing is that even though both the black person and the shit-covered person are disruptive to the patrons, you argue it's okay to kick out the person smeared in shit, but not the black person, because it's acceptable for a person to be black. They have a right to participate in sort of the public forum, but a person smeared in shit has violated the social contract in some way, and they do not have the same right or expectation to decent service if they go outside.
Yeah, that sounds good. Phrased it way better than I could.
Okay, yeah, cool. But you acknowledge that being smeared in shit and yelling about the end times, both of these things are not illegal, nor necessarily are they incitements to violence. They're unpleasant, but they're ultimately legal and actually rather harmless, as all things go.
I'm pretty sure you could be arrested for disrupting the peace, couldn't you?
It really depends on the extent to which you're doing it. But that's an interesting question. I'm not really talking about law. Do you think it should be...
You just mentioned law. You talked about law right now.
Well, I'm saying that philosophical determinations don't really consider law because you base law around philosophy, not the other way around. But if we're speaking strictly about what is right or what's moral, do you think it's okay for people who are disrupting the public good to be arrested? Like if a person's out in the street just screaming at people, not insults or threats or anything, just yelling at people.
I think there's a clear line between speaking and either yelling, because that could be a physical kind of disruption, and what was the other one? Being like smelling. That's more of a physical thing. So yeah, I think if somebody is calmly speaking, they can say whatever the hell they want.
Okay, but wait, but I'm interested earlier. You do believe that a restaurant owner should be able to kick out a person smeared in shit, yelling incoherently?
Yeah.
Okay. Why?
Because the smell to me is a form of minor assault. Like,
okay, you're
assaulting their senses, basically.
Okay. Yeah, okay, I agree with that. So you believe that even though it's not literal physical assault, like the shit-smeared person isn't tackling anyone or anything, there is a type of violence associated with them being smeared in shit because they are negatively, they are in a empirical way, they are hurting the people around them. It's kind of in a silly way, but it's true though. Nobody wants to go around smelling other people who smell like shit. Would you agree with that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so you agree then that private businesses should have a right to not host the services or content of people who they believe are odorious or are making less pleasant the experiences of other people.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so we're in agreement then that it's perfectly okay for YouTube and other sites to have a TOS, because in doing so, they're fulfilling the exact same principle. A person who comes into YouTube as a white nationalist, disseminating rhetoric about white nationalism and how Jews and black people are bad, may not be, in the strictest sense, violating a law, but they are making things hell for everyone else. And there is sort of an injurious element to existing on a platform alongside somebody who believes you need to be lynched for your skin color.
It's just like Tyler, the creator, with his infamous tweet. Just close your eyes, turn off the screen. That does not compare at all.
Interesting. Wait, so how? You realize that Tyler, the creator, got made fun of for that tweet because it was stupid, right?
No, I thought it was perfectly apt. He said, "How's cyberbullying real? Just turn that shit up."
Yeah, people made fun of. Yeah, that was made fun of.
Sure, it's true that it has it still has an effect, because it's happening.
And I think he redacted it later too, because he knew it was also stupid.
Okay, well, I still stand by the fact that something on a computer screen, an idea that's just on your screen, that's not physical, that's not assault, that's not something that you have a right to shut down.
You can just leave the restaurant. If you don't like the shit-smelling man who's yelling a lot, you can just leave the restaurant, can't you?
Yeah, but it would be in the restaurant owner's interest to.
And it would be in YouTube's interest to keep their patrons as well.
I have a bigger issue with YouTube because they're essentially a monopoly.
Oh wait, so no, we're moving to a different argument now. You agree then, fundamentally, that there is some legitimacy to the argument that YouTube has a right to expel patrons of its service that end up hurting the experience of others, do you not?
Does YouTube have a right? I think they shouldn't have a right because of the fact that they're so, because they're essentially a monopoly. So I am in favor of the government controlling YouTube.
Well, we've moved to a completely different argument here. So you realize that even if a person is walking around free on their own on the streets, not using any private services, as you so wisely pointed out, they can still be arrested for disrupting the public good. So even if YouTube was nationalized and turned into a public service, that wouldn't necessarily mean the government couldn't have their own TOS. Hell, government-owned websites sometimes have comment sections that have their own TOS. Even if a website has is owned, the BBC, for example, is not, well, it's not technically a government wing, but it's a publicly owned institution, or at least the funding comes from the public. And they have their own rules in terms of service when it comes to, participating in their comment sections and chat. Just because you're operating from within a public framework doesn't mean that you can behave however you want.
Well, if the government does that, then I disagree. It's as simple as that. I just think that first of all, YouTube should be a public service, and secondly, people should be allowed to say anything that they want on it. Speech is not violence.
But you just argued there's a kind of violence to smelling bad near people, but you don't, which can't actually kill anyone. But speaking about the need to engage in a race war it can lead to violence. Smelling like shit can't. On its own, it is utterly harmless, if unpleasant. This is not the case with white nationalist rhetoric.
It all boils down to you looking at a computer screen, deciding what you want to watch, what you want to hear, and if you don't like it, close the window.
So if I had closed the window, Christchurch wouldn't have happened? If only they had just been a little bit more diligent with their internet usage, they wouldn't have been Christchurched?
Well, what do you think would have stopped Christchurch, in your opinion? Like,
the Christchurch shooter named the people he was radicalized by.
Well,
yeah. This is a direct link. This isn't indirect. It's not ephemeral. It's not intangible.
No,
people respond to propaganda.
You're making it sound like this was an innocent, normal guy until he got radicalized.
No. You can't shunt it off like that. You can't make the argument like, oh, they're not affected by radicalization, and then, like, when it's clear they are because they name the people who influence them, you back off and say, well, we don't actually know for a fact, even though he directly named them, and named the rhetoric they used, and named the ideas they came up with, and said they inspired him to engage. You can't do that. It's pretty clear that they led to this. You're trying to impose a level of abstraction that isn't there. Political theory is pretty clear on this. People respond stochastically to radicalization online. This is how ISIS does recruitment. You don't like ISIS? Then do you have a problem then with the fact that they engage in the exact same kind of recruitment tactics that the alt-right does? They post online to forums that they know are largely populated with lonely, sexually frustrated, emasculated young men, and then they try to talk about how the only way they're going to be able to get the girl is by repopulating the glorious caliphate. It's exactly the same. And I disagree with that too, and I don't think ISIS recruitment videos have a place on YouTube.
Okay, you kind of lost me in that tangent, but all right. Getting back to my basic point.
Wait, but can you respond to the point I made though?
Can you rephrase it in a little simpler way, because you really kind of went off?
Yeah, there isn't like this. There isn't this like unfathomable abstraction between radicalization and people being radicalized. ISIS has literally, you could see the territory that ISIS has carved out of the world from the International Space Station. And that territory was carved by young men radicalized by rhetoric nearly identical to the rhetoric that is used by folks like Sargon of Akkad. There isn't abstraction here. This is just how it works.
Okay, I think in the real world, in the country that we live in, there's a big difference when it comes to free speech and the fact that anybody can go watch Vaush, become a lefty and all that, or go the other way. Everyone has a free choice. Now, in a place like the Middle East, yeah, people get radicalized because they already have a majority, like a peer pressure. Everyone thinks that way.
No. This distinction doesn't exist. There's peer pressure here too, and over there in the Middle East, they make the active choice to engage in whatever ISIS nonsense they engage in, and they do so because they were exposed to that propaganda. It's exactly the same.
Their whole culture enables that.
No.
Like
You don't get to look at two analogous situations and say that it's different because Muslims are different. It's not.
No, I'm not saying racially different. I'm saying their culture is different. You said yourself that you condemn, that you don't like Muslim culture.
Wait. I don't like our culture. Like, even slightly. Our culture is disgusting and barbaric.
Okay, but you made the point that some cultures are better than others.
I think there are some elements of cultures that are better than others, but that doesn't mean that there's not an analogous situation here. It's exactly the same. Are you okay with YouTube keeping ISIS recruitment videos up?
Yeah.
Okay, so even if these ISIS recruitment videos got a huge number of views, and you see tons of people in the comments talking about how they're going to behead all the infidels, and it's time to keep the sluts like in rags, and it's time to like impregnate brown women to bring back like the caliphites and stuff, and you could see like that there was direct harm being done for the perpetuation of this video's uptime, like you would be okay with that continuing to exist?
I think anyone who would engage in violence already.
No, that's
has-
what you're saying is factually incorrect. On a political science, sociological, and psychological level, people aren't just genetically predisposed to committing violence. People commit violence because they're exposed to certain
not genetically,
environmental stimuli.
just the way they grew up.
Wait.
or
The way
whatever.
you grow up can be watching ISIS recruitment videos, or watching Sargon of Akkad, or watching Paul Joseph Watson. Environment is what shapes a person's personality more than anything else. If part of that environment is those videos, it's more likely they're going to go that way.
Well, you have a choice. It's not.
Wait,
like,
everyone always has a choice. That's irrelevant. What matters
not
is the
really.
outcome.
There's a big difference between growing up in the U.S. and
You've
growing
pivoted.
up.
You've pivoted again. You're acting as though people in like the Middle East are just like they have no choice but to become ISIS fighters. That's
No,
not
it's not
true.
that they have no choice. It's that this is shoved down their throats.
No, it's not.
Not
Wait,
the
wait.
not the
So
ISIS
is
part,
wait.
but
So is it
just the
here?
general
Wait, I'm sorry.
culture.
No, it's not. ISIS isn't like. It's not like the whole Middle East was ISIS, and then they just
Well, I'm not
spontaneously
just talking
decided.
about ISIS, but I'm talking about cultivating the ideologies and the beliefs that could further push someone.
Yeah,
into
you mean like
becoming
fascism and
extremist.
white supremacy, which have been integral to America's political culture for the past 300 years? Yeah, I agree. Environment shapes people's personality, and part of that white supremacy is the shit we leave up on YouTube. And part of their Arab supremacy and militant Islamicism comes in the form of the internet radicalization that ISIS people produce deliberately. What you're arguing for is to make the world worse for no reason. The world isn't made better for the existence of these videos. It leads to things like ISIS. ISIS would not exist if they had only had YouTube and its TOS as an option to recruit people.
I just have a problem with you. Kind of, it belies like a general feeling that everyone else is inferior when you say, "Oh, I'm too smart."
Wait, what is that? When did I ever say I'm too smart? What
no,
is
not
that?
literally. I'm just saying that's kind of the impression I get.
How?
Because you make everyone else out to be so easily swayed.
Everyone is easily swayed. Everyone is a product of their environment. You're the one who just said that Arab men didn't have a choice to get into ISIS because their culture influenced them.
That's when it's your entire world. In the U.S., it's not
This is a distinction that does not exist. The entire world of the United States is based on white supremacy and xenophobia. That's been the case for as long as this country has been around.
You're just inciting panic, and that's
wait. Calm down. I'm not inciting panic. You're the one who's not capable of processing just basic sociological truths. You're trying to enforce some sort of distinction here, something that makes us better than them, something that makes the Arab world weak and easily susceptible to that propaganda, but something that makes us specific and distinct and strong. It's not true. The Nazis were popular here in the United States of America before they weren't. For a decade, Adolf Hitler was one of the most popular foreign political leaders because he was strong, and because he was white, and because he liked being strong and white, and because America responded to it. This country isn't special. People here are radicalized.
No, your issue is that you can't point at history and then be like, well, that means this is hard. That's not how our country is now. It doesn't matter what was before. Yeah, things were bad before.
It's still this way.
That's where I take issue with your perspective. Is you're making it sound like we're gonna.
Do you have any idea how many times you've pivoted to a different talking point over the course of this conversation? Do you I feel like I would need a topographic expert to go back over this and find all the times where rather than dealing with a point I presented to you, you move to the goalposts further down the road so you could talk about.
I don't think I'm moving the goalposts. My original point was actually going to be more about the whole punch a Nazi thing, and then we really went off into specific ISIS territory.
Yeah, so it is a fact of the matter that the existence of those radicalizing elements hurts people. There is a direct correlation between the existence of those radicalizing elements and people engaging in actual real-world harm, which can range from terrorism to the implementation of political policies that hurt people, particularly minorities. With that being said, I think, because I care about people, I do not want these policies to exist, so I want to stop them from being implemented. And because I care about free speech, I want to hamstring people who would seek to destroy our society and replace it with one that does not have free speech. I advocate fundamentally and to a better degree for both of the things you claim to care about. But
You're still being the arbiter of what's acceptable and what's not. That's
wait. No, I'm not. I'm not saying that I want to be Grand Fuhrer of America and personally take down all the videos. I'm saying I want to responsible.
that's what you're trying to accomplish in a small way.
I'm not. Do you think I'm going to be like president?
No, I'm saying that you're advocating for that. Doesn't matter who's in.
I'm not advocating for me to be in charge of America.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about what you're saying. Like, just
wait. You agree that police can make? You agree police can make the decision when it's okay to subvert one's life to protect life in general. What's the difference here? Can we not have an institution that does the same when it comes to the violence inflicted by certain types of speech?
There's nobody in the world who can correctly identify.
No wait, yes we can. It's really
Nobody
really
can
simple.
Look into the future and just say this is going to be violence. This is not going to be violence.
Nobody can know perfectly. Wait, you can never know perfectly as a police officer whether or not it's okay to take a person's life. But we understand that it's preferable to sometimes make mistakes than to never ever try.
Okay, well, taking your example, I would say if a black guy is running away, for example, a police officer shouldn't shoot him.
Yeah, we can make general distinction. Wait, are you saying that you're capable, if you were a police officer, to empirically determine with 100% accuracy when and when not it's okay to open fire?
No, it's impossible.
Okay, wait, but I agree, but we do it anyway. So obviously, just because we can't form a perfect, axiomatically, epistemologically flawless distinction between times we should and should not pull the trigger doesn't mean we shouldn't sometimes pull the trigger. Likewise, just because we don't know 100% how the effects of speech will turn out doesn't mean there aren't some forms of speech that should be curtailed.
Yeah, but who's going to decide?
Well, the police decide for the... I mean, right now, YouTube is doing like a decent enough job. They could, they could do more. But for the most part, like, YouTube does an acceptable job. You can't post a video saying, like, I'm gonna kill all N-words, N-word, 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 I'm gonna murder them all. Can't do that on YouTube. That's a good start.
What if we flip the situation so that we live in a world where online media outlets and sites like YouTube are really right-wing, and they do the exact same thing and suppress
they would already
left-wing channels.
They would already do that. That's the thing. Right-wingers, when they get power, just hurt us. They do that on their own. They aren't. It's not like they wait for a justification on it. It's not like a fascist is going to be like, now that I've attained power, let's see, did the lefties treat me nicely? Should I be nice to them too? They will always hurt us.
Okay, you're going off into like really general, just shit about, all right is bad, it's going to violence.
Wait, no. That's what happens when fascists take power.
Okay, but who are the fascists that are taking power?
The Republican Party is presently pretty fascist, but they don't have control over YouTube, to my knowledge.
The thing is that you're arguing from a perspective where you just assume you're right. If we, I'm
not. This is the same non-argument I hear from everyone who doesn't like dealing with complicated philosophical issues, and it's very, very strange and very, very frustrating. I'm not arguing I'm perfect. I'm not arguing I'm always right. I'm arguing that sometimes it's very easy to see certain types of speech lead to a tremendous amount of harm. It stifles other people's free speech if you allow people to engage in certain types of speech. It leads to empirical real-world harm. If we can curtail these things, we can improve the world. And given the fact that people like me have been saying that people like Lauren Southern have been harming discourse for ages, and now we literally see terrorist attacks happening on account of their rhetoric, it's pretty clear that we have at least some handle on what is or is not correct when it comes to this.
All right, hold your horse. You're talking like a minute for everything I say. Like, give me a break. Here's my point. If we live in a world where YouTube had the exact same policies, but it was politically flipped, wouldn't you then say that you would argue against YouTube's right to do that?
Wait, it depends on what they were doing. If YouTube was controlled by right-wing people, but they tried to target the same basic types of behavior that I would, then no, I wouldn't have a problem with that.
You wouldn't have a problem with them? Or what if they suppress people who just talked about leftist you know, propaganda.
I'm not advocating that you suppress everyone who talks about conservative propaganda. Are you saying are you asking me whether or not I would approve if conservative people would do something different?
You just said you would shut down Steven Crowder and obliterate.
Yeah, because they constantly harass and promote racism and xenophobia, not because they're conservatives. Don't you think it's weird?
Name one channel that you wouldn't obliterate that is still right wing.
Hey, remember when Twitter said that they couldn't roll out an anti-Nazi ban bot because it would end up targeting too many Republican officials? That's how I feel right now, okay? Right now, most Republicans are fascists. What conservatives? I don't know. Is Crowder conservative?
Hold on.
Yeah, Hunter Avallone. There we go.
Okay, I don't know who that is. But even still, like, it just goes to show that...
Wait, no, it doesn't. The principles that I'm outlining here are consistent. If you advocate for bigotry or harassment, I think that should be something that's against TOS. It's not my fault.
I'm looking at chat. Shoe on Head is not right wing. People are absurd.
It's not my fault. Well, compared to me, you know. It's not my fault that conservatives relentlessly engage in targeted discriminatory behavior. That's kind of their shtick, you know.
Okay, so you can name one channel, but let's be real here. You're basically
wait. You realize you're not mounting
90%.
You're not. Yeah.
Of
no
the
shit.
right-wing channels on
yeah,
YouTube.
They're horrible. Like you're not. This isn't a counter argument. Yeah. My entire channel is based on the idea that conservative arguments are fucking terrible. It's not just that they're wrong, it's that they're fascists. They want to hurt people. Conservatism is fundamentally about destroying people, about preserving and promoting hierarchy. The fact that a lot of conservatives would get axed in my preferred TOS system is A, not an argument against what I'm advocating for, B, not because they're conservative, but rather because they are bigots, and 3, not an argument against the idea of implementing a TOS to begin with, and 4, irrelevant when it comes to what they would do if they were in a similar position. If they also targeted harassment and bigotry, I would be okay with the TOS policy of a right-wing YouTube. If they started just targeting people for being, what, gay? Then yeah, I would take an issue with that.
Okay. So, but you're still agreeing with, or you're saying that you, in a flip society, you wouldn't agree with YouTube's TOS.
Wait, no, wait, are you listening to anything that I'm saying?
No, wait. Let me be clear. You said if someone is gay and they took down the channel, you would be against that. Okay?
Yes, I think it's bad to target people for being gay.
Okay, so we're just talking generally about the power that YouTube has. So
wait, no, just because I say it's okay for the police to shoot like a serial killer doesn't mean I think it's okay for you to shoot a baby in a crib. The tool and who it is applied to matters. I'm not advocating that YouTube should be able to just ban anyone for any reason. I'm saying you should ban people for certain reasons, and I've outlined those reasons. I don't care who enacts that.
What you're saying is people I disagree with, essentially.
No, I disagree with lots of people on lots of things. I'm saying bigotry and harassment and incitements to violence.
But a lot of people don't think that certain things are bigotry and harassment.
That's not an argument. The fact that other people are wrong isn't an argument.
Yeah, you're saying you know for a fact what's wrong and what's right to put on YouTube.
Of course, I think I'm right. I wouldn't advocate for a position if I thought I was wrong. Obviously, I think I'm right, but I'm not advocating that everyone I disagree with be banned off YouTube. Huh?
It doesn't matter. What I'm advocating for is that it doesn't matter who's right or who's wrong. YouTube shouldn't overstep its bounds and start banning people for talking.
Wait. So it's not overstepping its bounds. Why would you morally load that? The YouTube is currently a private business and it has a terms of service. It has the right to ban people.
Well, we went over that. I think ideally YouTube should be...
Which would make the platform worse, yes. Every platform that doesn't have a TOS ends up turning to a shithole because, as it turns out, you want to discourage some types of antisocial behavior to maintain decorum and civility on that platform. That just seems to be a fact of the matter. You realize, no one's right is being infringed here. I'm fighting for the right to prevent people from being genocided. I'm fighting for the right for people to not have to go online and be bombarded with harassment and calls for their death. You're fighting for the right for those people to continue to exist on those platforms.
Sorry, I talked over you for a second. What was the last thing you said?
You're fighting for the right for those people to continue existing on those platforms, even though all they do is harm.
So Crowder was calling Carlos Maza, what was he calling him, like a fairy?
Let's be a little queer, fairy, what have you, yeah. Which violates the YouTube TOS concerning harassment and discrimination based on one's sexuality.
Okay, well, I think that's a load of bullshit. I think that should not have been done because...
Wait, his channel wasn't banned.
Well, I mean, he got in some sort of trouble, didn't he?
His channel was demonetized. He broke the rules. Okay. You just seem to have a problem with, like, rules, like, being implemented.
Well, here's the
problem. You just want to make, like, society worse. I don't get it. You're not providing any philosophical justifications for any of your arguments. You're just saying, like, no matter what I say or how many arguments we provide, you're just like, well, I don't think they should be able to do that. I think society should be worse, and I can't explain why. Why?
Well, here's the thing. Let's use that Carlos Maza example as a way to explain everything more broadly. I think Crowder should not have gotten into trouble for saying that, and I'm assuming you think that was correct, right? Or that it was correct for him to be demonetized.
Well, he should have been banned, but sure, a demonetization is, I guess, a nice consolation prize.
Okay, so that's exactly the issue that I have.
Yeah, I know you have an issue with that. Why?
Okay, let me say it. You're saying somebody teasing someone and calling him a lesbian.
Wait. That's not teasing. That's like saying somebody is like an uppity Negro is teasing. It's just homophobia.
Okay, I don't even care. Okay, use that example. It doesn't even matter. That's not... You're extrapolating. That if you're saying it's okay for that instance to result in someone being demonetized...
Yes, harassing somebody in a homophobic way. Yes, I think.
But, well, it just... everything... It feels like everything that you're justifying is 5 steps removed from actual violence.
You still can't... Wait, no, you still can't... Wait, that has nothing to do with violence. I just don't think you should be able to harass people on YouTube. Certainly not be homophobic about it. Actually, I guess harassment can be, in a constructive sense, can be acceptable. It was mostly the homophobia. If Crowder had just been making jokes about Carlos Maza, like insulting Carlos Maza, I wouldn't have a problem with that. I guess, I would disagree with it, but I don't want to ban everything I disagree with.
I could point out a million examples of something that was... someone who got in trouble, I don't want to
go over every single invocation of YouTube's rules. You still can't give me a single justification why you should not have a TOS on YouTube. It makes the world a better place if you impede some forms of speech.
Okay, that's exactly the issue, is that in your opinion, it's as simple as that.
I've spent the past hour explaining to you the myriad ways, sociologically, psychologically, and political science, how it leads to worse things. It's not just an in my opinion thing. This is a fact of the matter. You could go into any university in America and find the political science department and try and say, well, there's no actual association between the consuming radicalizing propaganda and being radicalized. It's just their choice. But and you would get laughed out of every single one of those. It's not a matter of my opinion, and it has nothing to do with me thinking I'm always right. It is just a fact.
But calling Carlos Maza falls under that umbrella in your
opinion. Carlos Maza what?
Gay.
He didn't call him gay. He called him lesbian queer. He made fun of him for being gay.
Yeah, I don't care about that, but...
You keep minimizing it, which makes me think that you have an ulterior motive here.
No, I don't care if he called him the F-bomb or whatever. Even that, would, in my opinion, would be acceptable, but my problem is that you're saying, oh, you can look at the political history, all this stuff that led to violence.
Why should they allow homophobic harassment? Why should it be allowed on YouTube? Why should that be allowed?
Because it's harmless.
It's objectively not harmless. You know who else knows this? YouTube. Do you think YouTube doesn't know what happens on their own platform? YouTube knows if they didn't implement a TOS, then less gay people would come to the site because it would be filled with vitriolic homophobia. Wait. We have to move on from this because you are factually incorrect in your assertion that there is no harm that is brought about through bigoted language. You're just wrong. We can argue other things. If you wanted to make that... See, this is the argument you could have made. You could have said, sure, some types of speech do harm, like any reasonable adult would believe, but I think promoting the principle of free speech is more important than the harm done by misusing it sometimes. That would be a reasonable position to take. But you can't even accept you can't even bite the bullet on the simplest argument that you would have to respond to from your position. You can't even accept the fact that some types of speech do tremendous amounts of harm. I feel like this this is to me like almost like axiomatic. Like this is something that it's presuppositional. I would assume that we would come into the discussion both believing this. Your belief that it's harmless is factually wrong. If you want to move forward from that,
you're dodging.
I'm dodging
the issue. Yeah, here's the thing. My problem, like I said before, is the slippery slope fallacy, where you say you take one little thing, this should be banned because it leads to X, which leads to X, which leads to X. And yeah, you could say whatever you said about political scientists that can determine how fascist regimes.
Well, slippery slope is a fallacy, right?
I know. I'm accusing you of that.
No, you're invoking it. You're invoking the slippery slope fallacy by saying that if we penalize any type of speech, we have to penalize all of it, or it's going to lead to that eventually. It's a fallacy. You're invoking a fallacy.
That's not really what I was trying to say. I mean, I was just saying you can't... All this stuff you're arguing about how speech leads to fascism...
Not all speech... No, wait. Not all speech leads to fascism. Fascists advocating for fascist arguments makes it more likely fascism will happen. Much in the same way that me, a leftist, advocating for leftist arguments makes it more likely leftism will happen. Trust me, as somebody whose job is oriented around convincing people of my political positions, I promise you, we have an outcome. We have an impact.
Yeah, but the issue is that people are getting banned for stuff that doesn't fall under what you're saying.
I'm not defending any particular YouTube bans. I've been fucking kicked off YouTube for stupid shit before. I'm not arguing about the perfection of their current policy.
If you can call Sargon a smooth brain idiot, whatever if you said a lot of nasty things about people, can you?
Are you seriously about to argue that being racist and saying a person is dumb are the same thing?
I think you could make a joke or whatever you want to call it, harassment, like calling someone a queer fairy. That would be
homophobic harassment, not just harassment.
Okay, but it's okay to be homophobic as long as you're not you're acting
no,
like
it's not. That's my argument. It's not. You can't harass people and be homophobic about it.
But by the way, I'm not homophobic or I'm not advocating for homophobia.
I don't care what you personally believe. My argument is that you can't. It's not okay.
It's okay for someone to go online and be racist too. It's
I'm saying, why do you keep saying that as though you've defended those arguments? You have to you have to argue the position. You can't just make the statement. It's not okay. It's not okay. There should be internet TOSs.
And you know what? Maybe in the most extreme cases, there would be a credible threat.
The bar for legitimacy here is not whether or not an insult is going to lead to that person being shot in their house. Okay, the bar here is that it harms people.
Yeah, we're insulting people. I mean, I'm sure
insulting people. We're being bigoted.
You could have made Sargon feel bad.
I don't care. Sargon of Akkad is not a protected class. I didn't make fun of Sargon for being black.
Well, I don't see the difference in saying.
I know. Wait. Have you seriously been watching me for 4 months and you don't know the difference between insulting a person and being racist against a person? You really can't tell if there are any sort of political or sociological differences between those things?
I'm not talking about what's okay in my personal moral opinion. I'm talking about what should be suppressed and what shouldn't. I think racism and homophobia should not be suppressed.
I'm aware, but it just makes the world worse. And everything you've said in this statement that can be empirically disproven has been empirically disproven. There was a direct connection between advocacy that is homophobic and homophobia. There is a direct connection between fascist propaganda and fascists. If you want to make the argument that these things are okay, it's okay to make the world worse as long as we keep our precious, perfect free speech, even as it leads to less free speech because we're allowing fascists to take over, and then they end up removing free speech, fine, if that's your position. But as a pro-free speech deuterino myself, I recognize that free speech doesn't practically exist unless people are comfortable expressing themselves in a given environment. It's not enough that you're legally able to. If you go out into the public square as a black man back in 1954 and nobody's arresting you but people are booing you and shouting at you, your free speech is being impeded. Even though they have a legal right to do those things, your free speech is only functionally effective in a world in which there are no consequences for the flatline advocacy of your speech. The ability to be comfortable and free on a platform is a component of that. By you just allowing white nationalists or racists or homophobes to just run fucking wild, do you have any idea how many thousands of DMs Carlos Maza got after Steven Crowder would make fun of him? Do you have any idea how difficult it is to advocate for your point when every time you open your mouth, you're getting metaphorical tomatoes fucking thrown at you by an audience of people who have no social obligation to do anything other than be their worst selves online? The world is just made worse, and free speech is made worse when we do not implement simple limits on people's behavior online. Simple. I'm not asking for every conservative to be banned. I'm saying people who spent fucking 40 minutes of video talking about how the white race is on the cusp of extinction and the duplicitous Jew needs to be lynched in order to prevent it from going under the water permanently, I feel like that could probably get a person banned. And maybe there's some ambiguity there, and I don't know the answers on all of these things. But I also don't know when it's okay to execute a person or not on the street. But I do know sometimes cops have to draw their guns. So it's a complicated issue that we have to be willing to contend with the realities of, and not just sit down and like petulant children and say like it's wrong anytime you ever take away someone's speech. All right, that's my soliloquy.
Okay, we can. I did want to move on to another point.
All right, as long as it's quick, because I've got a virus in my.
Okay.
Resident Evil
if I could just get the last word, I when it comes to that, I just feel it's like you said, it's too ambiguous, and people are starting to like at too small of a level when it comes to what is banned. Like, it's not like somebody saying, "Oh, lynch all blacks." It's somebody making a homophobic joke, and I think you can't decide. Like, you're not the one who gets to decide.
Do you want to like give me specific instances, and I can like rule like a Roman like emperor, like I give the thumbs up or thumbs down on whether or not it's acceptable? I don't know. I don't know what you mean.
Well, that's the thing, is that you're just basing everything off of your personal opinion.
No, I'm not. I'm saying that there is philosophical validity to engaging in some of these protections. You realize these protections that I'm advocating for would also hurt some lefties. I'm also okay with like lefties, though I think the circumstances are fundamentally different here. I do think it's acceptable for YouTube to like TOS like lefties who go on screeds about how like whites are terrible, or screeds about how we need to like go out into the streets and start lynching rich people. I do think that's acceptable as well. So I would even be willing to apply this standard to people who share my political interests.
Yeah. Okay. I feel like I just have the same response as before. I just feel like when it comes to arbitrarily deciding, you just think that, oh, you're people who share your opinion and have your views should be the ones to decide. And I'm like, no, you should
I'm not arguing that I be in charge of everything.
Not you specifically, but people that share your opinion.
No, I'm saying harassment that is bigoted, targeted harassment, prejudice, bigotry.
You decided people decide what harassment is.
Yes, everyone has to decide everything. You can't. You realize like this isn't an answer to anything. Everything has to be decided by somebody. This is like arguing like we need to stop climate change. Wait, then argue with what I have to say. Stop with this like, well, somebody would have to decide. Yeah, I know. Everyone would have to have something to decide. Like every policy that has ever been implemented by any human has had to be decided by somebody. Like obviously a line gets drawn somewhere.
Yeah, the left goes too far. That's my whole point.
That's the argument you've been trying and failing to make this entire time, because all you've been able to say is like it's okay to be racist because racism is like insulting people.
Here's the thing: it's objectively true to say, because like I said at the very beginning, I think there's a clear line between violence and speech, and the left keeps trying to blur that line and equate the two.
The left isn't blurring that line. That line hasn't existed in academic discourse for centuries. Nobody unironically believes that. The only people who believe that are like dumb fuck, like libertarian-leaning people who have no understanding of political theory, but let
me just clarify. The problem is... Shit, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, basically, when it comes to the left banning or, suppressing speech...
Wait. Why are we talking about the left? I'm just talking about a broad philosophical argument. And what are we talking about banning free speech? Do we need the government? I said at the beginning of this that I want to preserve First Amendment rights.
Everything you said is correct in terms of, speech can lead to violence.
Everyone believes everything they say is correct. Why would anyone make an argument they thought was wrong?
I just said everything you said is correct. In terms of, speech does lead to violence, generally speaking. But you take it like that's only in the most extreme cases, and you take that and then apply it to something that's not appropriate.
Like
you know,
what?
someone calling somebody a lesbian queer or whatever.
Wait,
that doesn't
wait. Crowder's shit leads to violence.
Yeah, that's where I disagree. That he
Okay,
can say
wait.
whatever the hell he
You're
wants.
just wrong. You do realize that Crowder has literally made fun of the children who are locked up in concentration camps on our border, right? He's promoted a fuck ton of incredibly Islamophobic rhetoric. This dude's rhetoric is absolutely hardline fascist. The argument that it like doesn't hurt anyone is ridiculous. He's the single largest conservative content creator on YouTube. He has 4.1 million subscribers. All it took was for him to make a lispy queer joke for thousands of homophobes to dogpile Carlos Maza in his DMs. That's the kind of power he has. He doesn't have to do any call to action. He can just wave his fingers and do a little slant eye bit, and somewhere some Chinese man is going to get 100 DMs from Crowder
Just
fans.
close your eyes, turn off the screen. I mean, seriously, dude.
Okay, you do
It's
realize
not
he was
violence.
the person who typed that out was A, made fun of it for it, and then B, retracted it
Whatever,
afterwards,
it's-
right?
it's a hat-
You,
it's a-
the take you're making is so dumb that even the person who made it and was lambasted for making it retracted it later. Nobody believes this anymore. Just close your eyes and turn away. Could I have just closed my eyes and turned away and Christchurch didn't happen? Could I have closed my eyes and turned away and Trump
okay,
didn't get
that's a good-
elected?
you still didn't
Wait,
answer
really
that
quickly.
question.
So, because you seem to think that like the internet is just this fairyland where nothing gets carried over from one side to the other. I don't know if you've ever considered this, but if you spend your time disseminating homophobic propaganda on YouTube, the people who watch and listen to you are going to be made more homophobic in real life too. It's not just online. They don't just stop at the internet and then they get up and they're like, oh, well, that was fun. Now back to believing we're all fundamentally the same, regardless of our sexuality. This distinction between online and in-person advocacy, this is a childlike argument. I can't believe you would disrespect me by making an argument like this.
Yeah, okay, so here's the thing.
Wait,
It's
we have
just
to wrap this up. But final points.
It's just a matter of when you say draw the line, you're not drawing the line in the right place. You're drawing it way too far.
You have failed to substantiate any point of yours at any point of this argument. You haven't even made arguments in your favor. All you've said
Wait,
are things that are
I want to talk
empirically
about
wrong.
puberty blockers. Do you have time?
Yeah, 10 minutes. What's up? Yeah.
Okay, puberty blockers are bad.
Why?
Because, let me give you a hypothetical. A person who is male, born male, decides they want to become a female when they're a teen.
That's not how it works, but yeah, go for it.
Okay, so they do it with medical professional, whatever, but just ultimately it comes down to the child's opinion about how they feel. So they turn into a female, or they take the puberty blockers so they can eventually transition, and then they change their mind. They're like, never mind, I want to be male. So now this person who wants to be male, wants to present as male, has a smaller penis and smaller height. I'm not even talking about the bone thing. That's like, you could add that in if you want, but like just those two things are permanent, and a person under the age of 18 should not be allowed to do something so permanent. Like, would you agree with somebody 14 years old getting a face tattoo?
First of all, it's not something they do to themselves. It's something they have done to them after a significant, overwhelming amount of medical consultation. Tattoos are not something you have to spend a year in therapy and a long-standing psychiatric practitioner gives like a recommendation for. So these are inapplicable. There are other life-changing surgeries and decisions that young people can make concerning themselves, and that have been accepted for a long time. Huh?
Can you give me an example?
Yeah, well, puberty blockers have been used on
Besides that,
cisgender people for decades before they started being used on trans people. And they were done in large part to address androgen difficulties, many of which were not necessarily fatal, but the use of which could lead to permanent physiological changes in their body. So there's that. And additionally, the percentage of people who go through with transitioning or who go through with puberty blockers and then decide to transition is very, very high. With proper medical consultation, so this isn't like you just don't give people puberty blockers, like you don't just throw it at them. With proper medical consultation, the percent, I don't have it in front of me, but it's very, very high. And even that, the long-term consequences of getting off puberty blockers after deciding not to transition are not very large. It's not like you're going to take like an 8-inch cock and turn it into like a 3-inch one or something. We're talking very marginal differences in your height and penis size, which compared to the potential high level of suicidality associated with going through the wrong puberty as a trans person is, I think, a pretty worthwhile trade-off.
There's another issue too.
Oh yeah.
A person who goes through puberty, their mind changes. A lot of the time, a person who's a tomboy, for example, a girl who's a tomboy, goes through puberty, and the act of going through puberty feminizes them and makes them identify as female and present as female. So it's just, there's no way to justify.
Nobody is given puberty blockers because they're a tomboy. Again, you need a lot of medical intervention before you can be.
That's not what I said. All I said was that puberty changes your mind.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. That's what. Yeah. Wait. What kind of argument is that? Puberty doesn't change your gender identity. It can change your presentation, or it can help you realize your gender identity. But
no, when you start getting all that testosterone, or
do you have a source in this claim? Is there like an epidemic? Is there like an epidemic of people who take puberty blockers and then they like get off them and don't transition, and then they hit their puberty, and then that leads to some sort of change in their gender identity?
You can't make the argument that it's not that common, therefore it's okay. That's a poor.
No, I'm saying it doesn't happen. I'm not saying it's not that common. I'm saying I think you're just making up possible things that could go wrong. What if they got hit by a car on their way out of the clinic?
A lot of examples of women who, or well, anyone, but I've seen a lot of females who try to transition and change their mind.
Wait. What?
Ever seen that?
Wait, you realize examples have to exist for me to be able to address them, right? Where's this happen? How many friends do you have that have attempted and then backed off transition? Because I know a lot of trans people, and that hasn't happened once. Are you just like really unlucky?
I think that's kind of like a bad faith counter argument to make.
Wait, you just said you've known tons of people who did this.
No, not known personally, but I know of them.
So okay,
and it's really bad faith for you to try to act like I don't know anyone.
You said you know them, so that's what I thought you were saying. But knowing of them doesn't mean anything. There are 8 billion people on Earth. There's that Russia Today documentary on how on like detransitioning and stuff. The rate of detransitioning is astronomically low. It gets played up a lot by people like Blair White and Russia Today and other conservative outlets because they want to pretend that being trans is this big mistake that people are trying to get through like a phase.
People use the same exact argument just for a lot of anti-trans rhetoric when they say, oh, the population of trans people is super low. What is it, like 5% or something? So you can't just use that.
Wait. What? What does that have to do with anything?
I'm just
the percentage of people who detransition are very, very low, like incredibly low. And I wish them all the luck in the world, and I think they should be provided medical resources and support. But what does that have to do with transition?
I'm saying, okay, let me just simplify it. One person is too much. Okay. You can't just say, oh,
no,
it's not
wait,
common.
That's not how it works. Are you actually wait, unironically, how old are you?
25.
Okay, so do you think nobody should be given antibiotics because there have been some people who have had adverse allergic reactions to them? Do you think we shouldn't have Rocky Road ice cream because there are some people who have adverse allergic reactions to them? Do you think we should be allowed to drive cars because statistically speaking, car deaths are one of the highest fucking mortality fucking incidents that take place in this country? Jesus Christ, do you have any idea how fucking stupid what you just said to me is? I am legitimately offended that you would actually try to corrupt my fucking brain by putting it in the presence of such a radioactively stupid comment. What the fuck? Okay, one is too much? Yeah. Do you have any idea how many people die in fucking car accidents? This is a completely invalid argument. The science is clear on this. Statistically speaking, the number of people who benefit from puberty blockers is much higher than the people who don't benefit. Massively so. Like this is like 100 to 1, or possibly even higher.
So it's funny that you mentioned about how there should be no roads, because that's the exact argument you made. I'm sorry, this is a tangent, but regarding Trump and possibly opening up the economy.
You did an incredible job avoiding coming to terms with the stupid shit that you just said.
All right, we could sideline that. It's just funny because that was a little kind of minor hypocritical point that I noticed.
If I have ever made any hypocritical comments, I promise you are not going to be the one who discovers them. Let's get past ad hominems. An ad hominem is fallacious. It's where I attack your character rather than attacking your argument. I'm doing both.
Yeah, well, when you call someone dumb, it's the same thing. So let's move on.
Move on to what?
Back to your question. Go ahead. All right. Sorry, we lost. I admit that I went off on a tangent. Okay, I said one is too much, right?
Yes.
Here's the thing: is the opposite happens too, right? People who transition and take puberty block still commit suicide.
Every population has a percentage chance of committing suicide. The chance is much lower if they take puberty blockers. Why are you giving me these arguments? Cis people commit suicide.
Yeah, here, let's get back to what I'm trying to say.
What are you trying to say?
You can't give a 14-year-old the decision to decide on their height that young.
What the fuck?
That's not a hot take.
What decided their height? Wait, what the fuck are you talking about?
I'm not very well spoken, obviously not as well spoken as you, so I'm kind of mumbling a bit, I'm nervous. But it comes down to, this is not a hot take. A 14-year-old should not be able to make a decision as minimizing their penis size and their height.
What the fuck are you talking about? A youth, a minor, in consultation with medical professionals, should be able to collectively make decisions that they believe will lead to the healthiest outcomes for their futures.
That's not good enough.
That's not good. Wait. That's just a fact. That's just how the medical system works. I don't know. Yeah. This is one of the reasons why I've grown increasingly poorly disposed to you with time. You said you've been watching me for 4 months. I don't know if by watching me you mean you've been like staring at a picture of me on that you have fucking a paperclip to your monitor while jerking off. But if you would engage with any of my content, you would know how fucking retarded all the shit that you're saying right now is. Like every argument that you have posited is either unbelievably unsubstantiated or factually incorrect. Why would you waste my time with it? What is this? Listen, this is just a fact, okay? Listen to it, all right?
Okay, try not to get so
young people in consultation with medical professionals have for millennia made decisions about their health moving forward. Do I believe that a young person should be able to just get on fucking puberty blockers with no medical consultation?
Do you agree with that?
What?
What about circumcision?
No, because the circumcision doesn't have any bearing on their mortality, their suicidality, or their health in the long term, whereas transitioning does.
But you can't know that.
But what?
A medical professional can't. That's not enough.
Just because I'm sorry. Then take it up with fucking John Hopkins, dude. I'm sorry. You seem to have a problem with the way all of society works, or maybe you're like not old enough to like realize like everything you're advocating for would break society as it currently functions. The doctors have been doing this for as long as doctors have been around. This is just a matter of fact. It's how the world works. The implementation of the fact that you only care about like this when puberty blockers are introduced to it implicates bias on your part.
So why is circumcision not okay?
Because for a wide variety, for one, it's fine. It's just forced circumcision on a baby isn't fine. Because it has nothing to do with their long-term health or well-being, and B, because it has nothing to do with their will. Whereas, kids who take hormone blockers aren't exactly forced to take them without any consultation, and B, it's done with the specific intent of increasing their survivability and happiness later in life.
You shouldn't interfere with a person's development unless you know for a fact that it's going to benefit them.
No, you shouldn't interfere. Wait. You shouldn't interfere with a person's development unless you have a statistically significant guarantee that is going to benefit them.
That's exactly my issue. You think stats matter?
Are you? Wait. Is this a troll?
No, wait. I'm not saying stats and facts don't matter. You're trying to.
Wait, are you sure you just said that though? Is this a troll? I feel like this is a troll. I can't believe you've been leading me down this alleyway this entire time. There's no way this can be serious.
You can't just say. Statistically, it works for most people.
That's how all medical procedures work. You do realize no medical procedures have a 100% effectiveness rate, right? No medical procedures.
Optional. So why would you take?
Wait, doesn't matter if it's optional or not. No medical procedure does. Also, the reason why doctors are so supportive. It doesn't matter if
it's optional.
The reason doctors are so supportive of this is because it is statistically so effective at helping. It doesn't violate any prior rules in medical professionalism. It doesn't do anything we haven't been doing before. They've been used for decades, hormone blockers, on cis people without any broader harm being done. There's no reason for you to have a problem with this.
I don't...
All procedures are optional. You could just die.
You're flip-flopping, or like you can't... You're being hypocritical.
All right, wait. This has gone on long enough. Final words.
If you're okay with circumcision, or you're not okay with circumcision, but you're okay with...
Fucking retard. Jesus Christ. He's banned. Ban him in chat, too. Who's mod right now? Get him out of here. Wasting my fucking time. At least most dipshits have the presence of mind to understand when they've been blown the fuck out. Okay. I don't have a fucking herb. Go! No! No! How much damage does it do? Just kill me. Fuck you. Okay. Wow. Wait, what? No! No! Fuck you. Go back to the fucking manual save. Oh, Callisto, I don't know. It barely started. Oh, Sake, I know there's a dono or two there, but I'll get to it in a sec. I just really want to play the game. What's the scariest game you've played? Amnesia: The Dark Descent. Easily. Easily. And I did finish Hunter x Hunter, but I haven't finished the manga. No spoilers. I've never played Amnesia. Why is it scary? What? I don't... What the fuck do you mean, why is it scary? Because it's fucking scary. I don't know. Play it. What do you mean? I've not played Soma. Didn't look as interesting to me. Where's this lock that I keep seeing? It says there's a lock right here. I see no simple lock. Ah, I see. Alright, time to get fucking throat fucked again. That'll be fun. How do you say juch? I say it a different way every time. See, that feels like a kink thing to me. Like, some of you were into that.
Get it out!
Okay.
Fucking gross.
Yeah? Get shit on! Ooh, I like this shotgun. Whoa, 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 whoa! Yeah, a lot of these animations do feel a little bit weirdly sexual. Like when the zombies tackle her and like pin her down like missionary style and hold her and they look at each other for a bit and then they bite. She's like breathing heavily and moaning and shit. Oh, there's the green herb. I don't care if these shots are valuable. James Smith, really? Damn. Hyena, shut the fuck up. Everyone else agreed with me, stupid ace motherfucker. There's nothing sexual at all about the tank-topped, nubile young Jill being pinned and throat-fucked by the appendage of a slimy monster. I personally know 18 people who came to that part. Pepe. I hear you, motherfuckers.
Here we go.
I have to hold it? Okay. Oh, Soft Dragon's the $5. I never actually got to see any real gameplay before now. I entered the stream and heard the chud going off. Yeah, well... I did come here to play games, you know. I've got another debate tomorrow. Whoa, whoa, hey, whoa, 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 clear out, bucko! That's what I thought. You gotta get to a save point. I ran through time. I like how this game handles a lot better, I have to say. That was kind of a laggy hit there. True, pessimist. I feel like, you smell the boss fight cooking? Fuck, I don't have any grenades or nothing. Hey, hey, hey! But no, this game feels a lot better, because it has a dodge. This is so important. Whoa! Oh my god! I didn't even mean to dodge that. Can you chill? Can you all chill? The ability to quick dodge is so important. RE2 is really frustrating because in order to like avoid bosses, you literally just like slow run in like a circle hoping that they narrowly miss you. There's nothing reactive to it. It's just like
Come on.
It's just running around in a playpen. See how close that was, that shot? I'm out of shotgun bullets, though. Got a lot of pistol ammo. I don't feel too bad about using it here, but I regret using the shotgun shells as I did. You fucking cunt. Get the shotty out? It's got no ammo! What's your opinion on capitalism? I don't know. I mean, I live in it, so it can't be too bad, right? Ah, damn it! Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, just... Oh, nice. That one takes so many more bullets. Alright, alright. God! Jesus! Nad Sprout with the $5, thank you. You legit just guilted me into donating you for the first time, Frick, but also love you thanks to the content. Go kill them zombies. I'm doing my best, comrade, but they're getting me in too. Fuck off. I've still got 50 pistol bullets on me. There's that. I don't think they're respawning. But then again... who knows? Ooh! I think they're respawning. Shit. Yeah, oh god. Alright. You made me start playing Mountain Blade, and now I can't stop. Yeah, it's one of those games. Okay, they're coming out of the goddamn walls, it would seem. Oh man, I'm way back here. Okay, hold on. We can do this a little bit better now. Okay, we can do this a smidge. Alright. I say as I get dick. Shit. Just get me. Just take me. I remember you shitting on wow, really? I remember you shitting on Mountain Blade a year ago. Well, I still do shit on it. It's just... Listen, it's a dangerous game, okay? Oh, shit.
Toss a coin to your streamer. Oh, viewers plenty.
The show... With the incredibly generous 25 bucks. Thank you, my man. Fucking cuck. It was like 8 bullets on one guy. Just, I'm tired. Nah, I'm tired. Get. Gap.